Wide awake on the second-hand futon, no bad bag leaning by the back door. They say a good swing's worth the wait, and I'm trying to believe a little more. Late night buzzings, low hum in my chest. Maybe all these ballpark lights just mean I'm not there yet. Well, I'm not there yet. Run the bases, keep on chasing. Hearts are racing, feet keep pacing. Round in circles, all the same. Run the bases, call my name. Hey, hey, hey. Downtown flickers, boots on the blacktop. Under that moon, I count out my scars. Crowd cheers ringing in a faded highlight. Wish I could turn these bruises into stars. One more inning, I stand alone. Heavy's the glove, but they say that's how you know you've grown. Run the bases, keep on chasing. Hearts are racing, feet keep pacing. Round in circles, all the same. Run the bases, call my name. Hey, hey. Nights run longer than a rundown chase. I keep swinging even when I lose my place. Every strike just brings me home a step late, but I never walk away. Ooh, step slide, dig in deep. Maybe this is all I need. Ooh, step slide, dig in deep. I'm not folding, not this week. Run the bases, keep on chasing. Hearts are racing, feet keep pacing. Round in circles, all the same. Run the bases, call my name. Hey, hey. Still running, still running.
It starts with a vision, a goal that sets the wheels in motion. The path may be rough, but with grit, hard work, and the right support, no race is too tough. No goal beyond reach. Bank of Utah provides all the tools and expertise I need to get across the finish line. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Bank of Utah today.
Dave Grant has proudly served the community for over 50 years as a family-owned and operated trucking business. Our team of highly trained drivers, impeccably maintained late-model equipment, and customer service set us apart. Our slogan, "Getting what you need, where you need it, when you need it," encapsulates our mission to deliver reliable and timely service. Contact us at 801-394-1621 or at www.granttrucking.com.
Welcome into the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting here with you on this lovely Wednesday afternoon for Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Ogden Raptors and the RedPocket Mobiles. Tyson, the Raptors walked away with technically a walk-off wild pitch victory yesterday to take the win 12-11, but it was a tight game the whole way through.
It was an exciting brand of baseball. Both teams played well offensively. RedPocket scored 2 runs in the top of the first, and then Ogden quickly responded with 4 runs in the bottom of the first. Raptors added 5 runs in the third and 1 run in the fifth, and it was a close game. It was an 11-9 Ogden lead in the top of the ninth inning, and then Justin Johnson hit a 491-foot home run to tie the game. Raptors came up with one good at-bat after another. The biggest at-bat of the game was a Kyler Stancato walk, and that meant 2 on and 2 outs, and then there was a walk by Garrett Bavakwa to load the bases, and then when Colson Lawrence was at the plate, the RedPocket Mobiles threw a wild pitch, and that turned out to be the game winner as Bradley Pell scored, and the Raptors came away with the victory, and they've been outstanding as of late, as the Raptors have won 11 of their last 14, and they've been outstanding offensively as they have scored 189 runs over their last 14 games. So they're looking to find a way to put up another game where they've scored 10 or more runs. That seems to be the norm for the Raptors so far this season.
The Raptor Bats lead the entire Pioneer League in batting average sitting at 352. That is almost about 0.02 higher than anyone closest to them. The Billings Mustangs are at 0.334 for a team. But like you said, they lead the league in RBIs as well as hits and runs scored. They don't hit the long ball as much as the other teams. They sit in 4th in the long ball. But really besides that, they have been pretty elite thanks to hitting coach Ed Campanello as well as Evan Parker's leadership. But the RedPocket Mobiles put up a great fight yesterday, and they clearly are just a never-say-die team. They have now been in 11 one-run games, and they are 1 for 10 on the season in one-run games. So it really has just been a matter of they keep themselves competitive and they keep themselves in games. They just haven't quite been able to get over that hump yet that sees them walking away with a victory. But the RedPocket Mobiles 5-20 record is really not representative of the quality of a baseball team that they bring to the table.
They got off to a slow start this season. They played some pretty good baseball as of late. Oddly enough, since they are a travel team, they don't have a permanent home. They act as the visiting team in every game, and that means that the other team has last at-bats against RedPocket, and so that might be part of the reason why they're 1-10 in one-run games, is that they never get the last at-bat. They never get the last chance, as they are always acting as the visiting team. Should be an interesting matchup tonight, and on the mound is Chase Chapman. He was outstanding in his last appearance, and he's looking to put together a similar type effort here this evening to really try to limit a RedPocket team that has been pretty strong offensively as of late.
Tonight sets up well for Chapman to have another great night, as the RedPocket Mobiles are last in the Pioneer League in terms of batting average. But you said it exactly. They have been batting very, very well recently. Their most recent series against the Yuba Sutter Freebirds, and then yesterday where they scored 11 runs against the Ogden Raptors, have shown a different brand of bats for the RedPocket Mobiles. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we will go over league standings, the visiting team batting order, as well as the Ogden Raptors field alignment. That'll be after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Bowman Kemp Manufacturing has been in business for over 50 years. From the humble beginnings of Lael Bowman and Mel Kemp, the company has grown into a large steel facility, supplying structural steel, reinforcing steel, and basement window systems. The rebar and structural departments supply the United States, while the basement window systems division supplies the United States and Canada from coast to coast.
At GCB Computers, we specialize in high-quality, refurbished computers that save you money without sacrificing performance. We believe in use it before you buy it. Come into our showroom, power up your future computer, and test it out yourself so you can buy with confidence. Visit GCB Computers online at www.gcbcomputers.com or call 385-515-1797. That's GCB Computers, the computer you need at a price you can afford.
Hi, I'm Christopher with Absolute Comfort Heating and Air, and I would do anything to keep my customers comfortable. And when it comes to family, I would do anything for love. I'd fix just about anything. You know I would do anything for you. I won't do that.
But you won't do that.
Absolute comfort, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable.
Welcome back, Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting for Game 2 of this matchup. And like promised, we'll be going over the Pioneer League standings. Tyson, will have you take it.
Well, the first place Billings Mustangs have won 2 in a row. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. They got a record of 19-5. The Long Beach Coast is a record of 19-6. They have lost 2 in a row. Long Beach had been in first place for most of the first half. Boise right now is in third place with a record of 16-9. The Glacier Range Riders are 15-10, and they're in fourth place in the Pioneer League. The Ogden Raptors are in a tie for fifth with the Modesto Roadsters, as both clubs are 14-11. Missoula has lost 3 in a row, and their record is now 13-12. The Oakland Ballers have won 3 in a row, and they sit with a record of 12-13. The Yuba Sutter Freebirds are now 10-15 on the year. They have lost 2 in a row, and they're just 3-7 in their last 10 games. The Great Falls Voyagers, a club the Raptors saw last week. In fact, Great Falls won 3 out of 6 games last week here at Lindquist Field. They lost last night. They're now 9-16 on the year. The Raptors' opponent tonight's the RedPocket Mobiles. They are 5-20 on the year. They are 4-6 in their last 10 games. And in last place is the Idaho Falls Chuckers, with a record of 3 up and 21 down, and that's certainly a surprise, as Idaho Falls is one of the more consistent winners in the Pioneer League, but they're off to a tough start this season.
The Truckers, though, did manage to pick up a win last night, so picked up their third win of the season. But you know, Tyson, in baseball, it's all about making the right call. With RedPocket Mobile, you can choose from 3 major 5G networks, so you can pick the signal that works best wherever you go. And their namesake, the RedPocket Mobiles, will be batting first tonight, as they always do, being the away team, as you mentioned, Tyson. It's a pretty similar lineup at the top to what we saw yesterday. Gianni Horvat will be leading off the team, followed up by Spence Kaufman. After that will be Hector Nieves and Jordan Harrison Dudley at the 4-hole. 5, 6, and 7 are Josiah Chavez, Justin Johnson, the reigning hitter of the week, and Rayvon Morgan. And then Marco Martinez and Harold Torres will round out that batting order. Justin Johnson, always a bat to keep an eye on if you are the defense. So this time the Ogden Raptors, as he has had a home run in 7 straight games. Not just being the hitter of the week, but he carried that momentum into this week, and he has been electric as of recent. Josiah Chavez, another name to look out for. He's in the 5 spot, batting just above Justin Johnson. He sits on a 7-game hit streak recently, and it's a pretty common theme where there's a lot of batters on their team where they've been, 7 for their last 8 or 9 for their last 10. It's just been an explosive last week and a half for their bats, and one that has really kind of reignited the life in them in a team that is currently last in most offensive statistics in the Pioneer League.
It does make sense, since Dimitri Young was a great hitter in his playing days. And it's interesting, the RedPocket Mobiles had 4 home runs last night, and 3 of them were hit to the opposite field. They were all by left-handed hitters to the opposite field, and then Johnson hit the 491-foot home run in the 9th inning of last night's game. And so they do have some power to their lineup. You mentioned Johnson with the home run in 7 straight games. They've all got some other guys. Josiah Chavez has some pretty good power. The ball jumps off his bat. And really the 2 catalysts of their lineup have been Gianni Horvat and Spence Kaufman. So really it is a pretty dangerous lineup. You almost have to throw the statistics out the window, because what they've done recently over the last week and a half is really more indicative of the type of club the RedPocket Mobiles are. And they're a much better team than their 5-20 record would indicate.
And looking at the defense that they will be going up against, you alluded to him earlier, Tyson. Chase Chapman will be out there on the bump. Hank Dodson behind the dish. Gio Ferraro coming in at first base. He's kind of played everywhere this year. He's been in the outfield a little bit, has been DH a few times, now back at first base. Cole Jordan, as always, at second. Chase Valentine at short, and Carmine Lane at third. So that kind of left half of the infield is pretty consistent. Kyler Stancata will be in left, Colson Lawrence in center, and Bradley Pell in right. But looking out at Chase Chapman, who will be starting on the bump today. He, like you said, had his best start of the year against the Great Falls Voyagers. He went 7 innings. That was his longest outing of the season. Allowed just 5 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. We'll dig into him a little bit more later, as I'm sure Tyson has a lot of great nuggets on him. But before that, we'll pause for the national anthem. Little organ action on that national anthem tonight. So we had two people with guitars last night, an organ tonight. We're really just trying out all different instruments here.
Who knows what we're going to have tomorrow? We might have a ukulele tomorrow.
I want to see like a trumpet or a trombone. I played trumpet in middle school. Maybe I could bring mine back out.
Or maybe a harmonica.
I am so impressed by people who play harmonicas. They really have got it going. We'll keep a tab on all the different instruments that we have going on in the national anthem so far this year. But what's more important is our tabs on Chase Chapman, the left-handed pitcher who is coming off his best start of the year and will be going up first against Gianni Horvat.
He was really outstanding last year. He was one of Ogden's best starting pitchers last year. He had an 8-3 record, and he was averaged close to a strikeout per inning. He had gotten out to a little bit of a slower start this season, but in his last outing, which came this past Thursday on June 11th, he worked 7 innings, giving up 5 hits, only 1 run. He walked 3 and struck out 5, and he looked like he was in vintage form. In fact, it was one of the best outings that Chapman had as a Raptor, and he's a guy that when he's going, his fastball's in the high 80s, low 90s, and he attacks the strike zone. Nico Santaformaggio has really done a great job of throwing strike one and being ahead of the hitters, and really Chase Chapman did a great job of getting ahead of the hitters and being unpredictable and be able to mix up his different pitches. And Chapman, if he continues to be ahead in the count on these red pocket hitters, he's going to be tough to beat once again tonight.
The beauty of the Raptors offense is that it is one that puts up so many runs per game that the pitchers don't have to be perfect. If you can limit the other team to, between 5 to 8 runs, it's a pretty comfortable range for the Ogden Raptors, as like you've said, they've been pretty consistently scoring above 10.
In fact, they have scored 10 or more runs in 13 of their last 14 games.
And they were on a tear, as obviously they dropped those 2 to the Great Falls Voyagers, but they swept the Idaho Falls Chuckers, had a 7-game win streak dating back to their final game against the Paddleheads, and then recently bounced back pretty nicely with a win against the RedPocket Mobiles.
Just an absolutely perfect night for baseball. Raptors in white jerseys once again this evening. Arden, it's going to be a ton of fun.
First pitch is fouled back and away. Lefty versus righty, as Gianni Horvat will start off this batting order. 5'9", 23-year-old from Valencia, California. He's often deemed a little undersized, but he's never let that stop him. 0-1 is fouled back, and it's 0-2 quickly for Chase Chapman. I mean, as a whole, this is a team full of people who are deemed underdogs, just considering traveling all 96 games a year, and they've really leaned into it and really dialed into that being kind of their unifying factor of the RedPocket Mobiles.
The one thing is that, after the season, they could probably do a good job building a website full of hotel reviews, because they're going to be in a bunch of them here over the next 3 months.
Staying in a hotel for every single series through the RedPocket mobiles. The 0-2 pitch is hit directly to Cole Jordan, who just waits on it, drops his right knee, and hands it off to Gio Ferraro at first base for the first out of the game.
Good job attacking the strike zone by Chapman. That was on the outer half, and Horvat tried to go the other way and just bounced it to Cole Jordan for the first out.
A lot of success going the other way yesterday for many different batters, as you alluded to in pregame. Not much wind here this afternoon. If there is any, it's going into right field, a bit of a crosswind. First pitch to Spence Kaufman, misses too low.
Pitchers don't like the fact that it looks like the wind is blowing out as we speak. Not a cloud in the sky. Any ball hit to right field in the air could be an adventure.
Next pitch is a called strike by our home plate umpire, James Ainsworth. Dylan Collins will be manning first base, and Ryan Starks is at third. So a 1-1 count now for Spence Kaufman. Next pitch works up and in on him for a ball. Last night, Kaufman went 2 for 5. He had a double himself. Also did strike out twice, however. So 2-1 is hit chopped, and it's Cole Jordan collecting it at second. And pretty similar play to the first one. He'll give it off to Gio Ferraro for the second out of the inning. Gio Ferraro. Jordan
had to move a little bit towards his right, but he got a nice Sunday hop about chest high and was able to make a nice routine play. So Cole Jordan getting a little bit of work here in the first inning, as the first two have been ground outs to the second baseman.
It's just taken 7 pitches for Chase Chapman or 8 pitches, because of the foul ball, to retire 2. First pitch is a called strike on the outside edge for lefty Hector Nieves. Nieves had a home run yesterday. It was his only hit of the game. This one is hit as well to Cole Jordan at second base, and another 4-3 grounder. So it's back-to-back-to-back 4-3 ground outs, and a 1-2-3 first inning for Chase Chapman. Still tied up at 0, and when we come back from this break, it'll be the Ogden Raptors batting lineup and the RedPocket Mobiles field alignment.
Every journey starts with a dream, and all dreams come with a price. Saving is an uphill climb, but with goals, determination, and the right partner, there's no dream you can't reach. No peak is too high. Bank of Utah provides all the tools and support I need and is with me every step of the way. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Bank of Utah today.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network, and there you have it, the field alignment for the RedPocket Mobiles. It'll be Cade Walker on the mound. Harold Torres behind the dish, has not played a lot recently at catcher or as a whole. Justin Johnson has scooted over to first base. Spence Kaufman will be at second once again. Gianni Horvat at short, and Marco Martinez is at third. And then in the outfield, Josiah Chavez, Hector Nieves, and Rayvon Morgan in right field. Cade Walker, the starting pitcher, trying to lock down this absolutely firepower-filled Ogden Raptors batting order. His last start came on June 12th against the Yuba Sutter Freebirds in Game 4. He went 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and did give up 1 home run. But when you look at it here, then you have the Ogden Raptors batting order. It'll be Chase Valentine starting them off, and followed by Cole Jordan and Bradley Pell, and then Carmine Lane in cleanup. Those solid 4s, one of the first times we've seen the same 4 in back-to-back games. Kyler Stincato will be up next, and then Colson Lawrence. And the final 3 are Sebastian Greco, Gio Ferraro, and Hank Dodson. Chase Valentine just about ready to start things off against Cade Walker. Lefty versus righty matchup to start things off. First pitch swinging, it's fouled up and just past the outstretched bare hand of Evan Parker, who is the third base coach for the Raptors.
I know that Evan could have reached and gotten that ball, but it was his right hand, which is his pitching hand, at least his batting practice pitching hand. He actually looked down at his hand and wished he would have been able to pick it up. Chase Valentine, a doubles machine. He had 2 more doubles in last night's game.
Next pitch misses barely outside for ball 1.
In fact, the Raptors last night had 6 doubles, including 4 doubles in 1 inning. And that was the 3rd inning where the Raptors scored 5 runs.
This one is fouled back right towards us. I mean, if there was not a fence, that was in one of our hands.
That was going right into Allen's lap right there. Might have bashed him right in the face if I wouldn't have made a play.
I think, Tyson, you got good hands. I could see you making a play there.
Somewhat good hands.
1-2 now to Chase Valentine. Swing and a miss on the next pitch, and it's a strikeout swinging for Chase Valentine. He had a couple of those last night as well. Strikeout last night. It was an okay night for him. It's going 3 for 5, but it'll be Cole Jordan, who did not have a good night last night. 0 for 5. He did work 1 walk, but he's 1 for his last 10 in the last 2 games.
For Cole Jordan, today's a new day. He had some great games last week in the Great Falls Series. He's looking to get off to a quick start here.
His first pitch to him from Walker is pulled past the outstretched glove of Marco Martinez, the third baseman, on 1 hop, and that'll go down as a base hit. So a great start to game 2 for Cole Jordan, who had been struggling recently.
That was on the line to the third baseman. Well, looks like, according to the scoreboard, it's a hit. If Martinez would be the first to tell you that he probably should have come up with that ball. It was just on 1 hop, and it was about knee high. But Jordan, he'll take the base hit any day of the week, and he's the first hit for the Raptors tonight.
So it'll be Bradley Pell. First lefty, Cole Jordan goes to second, and the slide is in time. Cole Jordan did not get a good jump. The ball made it there before him, but shortstop Gianni Horvat kind of came in and charged it, and so he wasn't able to make the swooping tag behind him to where Jordan was.
It almost looked like Horvat was on the move and just tried to swipe tag in one motion and couldn't get Jordan.
First pitch to Pell was a strike. Jordan now stands on second, and the next pitch misses outside and too low for ball 1. Pell right now is batting .362, but he's coming off of a great series against the Voyagers where he batted .455. He went 10 for 22 in that series and went 3 for 6 in yesterday's game. The 1-1 pitch works inside on him. He has to scoot back out of the way. His body kind of curved into a backward C to get out of the way of that one.
He did not want a bruise on the hip. He wanted to see another pitch.
It's 2-1 to Bradley Pell. The returner of the Ogden Raptors, played for the team last year. He hits this one into center field. Coming in on it is Hector Nieves, and he'll make the catch in center field outfield for the second out of the inning. Cole Jordan retreats to where he was on second base.
Looks like for the starting pitcher, Walker, he doesn't throw all that hard. He's going to feature an off-speed pitch. Looks like his curveball might be his out pitch. That was a fastball at just 84 miles an hour. So he's going to try to get it done with a little bit of craft, the tall left-hander for RedPocket tonight.
It'll be Carmen Lane, one of the co-captains, who bats at .327 this year. He's rocking a teal Ogden Raptors bat today. He hits this one, first pitch into center field. That'll go down as a base hit, and it'll score Cole Jordan ideally, who comes in from third and does score. So Carmine Lane shows the double thumbs up single celebration, and Cole Jordan will trot back to the dugout after scoring on the Carmine Lane single.
Yeah, and the teal bat turned out to be a hero. That was 96 miles an hour off the teal bat. And Carmine Lane, who's done a great job driving in runs with a big one there to get Cole Jordan in from second base. The Raptors get on the board first.
This will be Kyler Stancato now. He's had a hot bat recently. He has 3 straight multi-hit games. First pitch to him misses too high.
Third straight game where the Raptors have scored in the first inning. Had 2 runs last Saturday on June 16th, and on Sunday they had 2 runs on Sunday and then 4 runs last night in the first.
The 1-0 pitch is hit opposite field but out of play. Stancato has not played every single game so far this year. He's only played in 15 and has only started in 9. The Raptors sitting at 14-11. This is their 26th game of the year. But recently, Stancato has become a bit of a mainstay in the lineup. He waits on the off speed. It's handled into the chest by Spence Kaufman, the second baseman. It'll give it off to Justin Johnson at first for the third out of the inning, but the Raptors do have 1 on the board thanks to a Carmine Lane single, and they lead it 1-0 as we head into the top of the second inning on the Ogden Raptors broadcast network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
At the Prairie Schooner, you can dine in a covered wagon while enjoying our delicious hand-cut steaks, fresh seafood, and signature desserts. Go to prairieschoonerrestaurant.com or call us at 801-392-2712 to reserve your table today.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting, and we are joined as always at the top of the second inning by Ogden Raptors manager Evan Parker. Evan, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Thank you as always for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Hard-fought win last night, a little bit more up and down. What did you like about what you guys did last night, and what do you want to improve on tonight?
I mean, a win is a win, right? But it's obviously there's some things that we can clean up, learn from earlier in the game. But as you said, hard-fought win. I'm never going to be mad when we really roll our best effort out there and come out on the winning side. You know, you can't nitpick about trying to be too perfect. It's obvious. Go look at the box score. There's things we need to clean up, and we talked about that. So just look for a competitive start from Chapman today and keep things rolling. So I think last night would make us 11 of our last 14. So pretty happy with that. Just if we roll that law of averages out there all season, we'll be doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Chapman's coming off of his best start of the year last week. What are you hoping to see out of him today, besides the competitive start?
Sure. So I mean, just obviously consistency right now. You know, really, what I say is like right there. I would much rather give up hits than walks and free passes. Just the game based on the laws of averages doesn't reward you at all for free passes or like helping the other team out. So giving up hits and giving up runs is part of the game. So if you'll challenge within the zone, so this I'm alluding to what I want to see from him. You know, he needs to just continue to compete in the zone with his stuff, trust the practice that we've put in. He's a seasoned starter for us, so you know he knows what he's doing out there. Just go out there and trust his stuff and get ahead. There we go.
Absolutely. Skipper Evan Parker for the Ogden Raptors. We appreciate you hopping on as always.
Hey, yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So Jordan Harrison Dudley hits a hard hit ball that was, 10 feet away from getting out of this ballpark.
Right. Maybe even 2 feet away. It hit the top of Raptors Ridge. Oddly enough, it was listed as 402 feet, which maybe is how far it would have gone had it not ricocheted off the wall.
I believe the TrackMan metric says it's 1-1 to Josiah Chavez is based on when it would have landed, as TrackMan is based on impact, as Chavez hits this one opposite field out of play.
RedPocket is a club that does have a decent amount of power. You don't see that from a lot of Pioneer League clubs, but Dudley put a charge into that one. Chavez has been a pretty good home run threat for RedPocket as well.
And Chavez is currently on a 7-game hit streak that goes back into their series against the Freebirds, the ones who pitch in the dirt. Hank Dodson drops to his knees and blocks it to keep it in front of him, and Harrison Dudley stays where he is on second.
There are quite a few left-handed hitters on this RedPocket club. Chavez now, Nieves is a left-handed hitter, so is Marquise Jet Jackson, as well as Rayvon Morgan, and Jordan Harrison Dudley, who just hit the double. He's a switch hitter.
2-2 as Chapman checks over his left shoulder on Harrison Dudley on second. The kick and deal is catching the top left side of the zone, called strike 3. We will not get a challenge from the RedPocket Mobiles. And that'll be strikeout number 1 on the evening for Chase Chapman.
Boy, Chavez could have had a decent case had he challenged that with the RedPocket mobile strike zone challenge. But remember, RedPocket used up their challenges rather early in last night's game, so it is possible they're trying to hold on till later in what they believe is going to be another close game.
Both of those challenges were actually used in the same at-bat, just a few pitches apart, and they were both incorrect. The first pitch is outside, past Hank Dotson, outstretched glove to Justin Johnson, and Harrison Dudley will just lightly take third. He seemed to be in pain as he was running over to third. It was a ginger stride.
Yeah, it looks like Dimitri Young, the RedPocket manager and third base coach, is trying to make sure that the former fourth grade social studies teacher is okay. Dudley going with the higher socks look. He kind of went in between in last night's game.
Capris, in my words. This one is hit hard. Chase Valentine bobbles it on the hop, and he's not going to make the transfer over to first base. The ball actually gets past Gio Ferraro, but the runner will not advance. Harrison Dudley scores from third. And an error on Chase Valentine. That's his second in 2 games.
It's one of those that was hit hard enough that he might have had that thought of, do I try to get the runner at the plate? It didn't look like Dudley was running all that hard from third to home, and Valentine might have taken his eye off the ball and wasn't able to get anybody out there.
That'll go down as an E6, and Harrison Dudley will score on an error. So now it's 1-1 as the pitch comes into Rayvon Morgan. That one, a called for a strike.
And if you are keeping score, I don't believe that Justin Johnson gets an RBI in that situation.
0-1 pitch now to Rayvon Morgan, another one of those lefties you just talked about, Tyson. Chapman checks the runner on first, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Morgan was 0 for 4 in yesterday's game. He hasn't played a lot this year, 13 of the team's 25 games, but every game he's played in, he has started. 0-2 pitch to Chase Chapman. The runner goes. Hank Dotson's throw down to second on one hop is barely not in time. Stolen base again for Rayvon Morgan. That's stolen base 60 of the year for the RedPocket Mobiles.
Well, Great Falls, who was here last week, leads the league in stolen bases, and I believe RedPocket is second in the league in stolen bases. RedPocket was aggressive on the base pass last night and already a stolen base here in the second inning this evening.
Pitch missed outside, so it's now 1-2 as Chapman switches from looking at first to looking at second, and a half-hearted cut on Rayvon Morgan will strike him out. There was not a lot of ambition behind that swing.
There was a lot of indecision. It was one of those that maybe Morgan thought it was high, but just couldn't help himself.
So Chase Chapman has 2 strikeouts on the night. Chase Chapman, 2 strikeouts in this inning. It'll be the 8-hole hitter, Marco Martinez, who's playing third base today. First pitch to him, lefty on righty, is bounced high in the air. Chase Chapman slips as he throws to first, and the ball is past Gio Ferraro's outstretched glove. Coming around to score will be Justin Johnson, and Marco Martinez is able to extend all the way to second on an E1 by Chase Chapman. His left foot just lost traction as he went to plant it and throw to Gio Ferraro, and so he threw as his body was going to the ground.
Chapman, as he was falling down, he knew he still had time if he made a good throw, and it would have gotten Martinez. The problem was the throw was just high, and I don't even think Victor Wembanyama could have come up with that one. And unfortunately, what could have been a first or third situation if he would have ate the baseball turns into a run and a runner at second.
This one is hit hard. Chase Valentine gathers it on 2 bumps and gives it over to Gio Ferraro for the third out of the inning. But 2 errors bite the Ogden Raptors in the behind. They currently are trailing 2-1 as we head into the bottom of the second inning on the Ogden Raptors broadcast network.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
This can keep a battle buddy safe from the risk of suicide. I get it, it's just a phone. But when you call a friend, you show that you care, which can help them fight their inner battle. Now drop and call 20 people.
LWE has become an industry leader and performed new construction and retrofit work to companies in several industries. LWE is located in northern Utah and has performed work throughout the western United States. We can be reached at 801-621-3220.
This broadcast is the exclusive property of the Ogden Raptors Baseball Club and the Pioneer Baseball League. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Ogden Raptors and the Pioneer Baseball League is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting on this lovely Wednesday night, 6:53. Just the amount of sunshine out here doesn't really make you think it's nighttime. First pitch from Cade Walker is outside, ball one to Colson Lawrence, the 6-hole hitter for the Raptors. Next pitch is hit on the ground through the gap between first and second base, and that'll go down as a base hit. Leadoff base runner in the bottom of the second for the Ogden Raptors as they currently trail it by 1.
Kaufman and Johnson. Kaufman, the second baseman, Johnson, the first baseman. They're talking it over as Johnson went towards the bag, and Kaufman, I think, had thought that Johnson was going to range towards his right after it, and Kaufman and Johnson continue to have a conversation about that ground ball.
That one probably was not hit hard enough to go down as a single, but it'll be Sebastian Greco stepping in, hitting at DH. First pitch swinging this one into center field. Going to his right is Hector Nieves, and he'll make the catch. Colson Lawrence thinks about going to second on the tag up, but then thinks better of it as the cutoff throw to Gianni Horvat was also already practically in the infield.
Like Greco just missed that one, as he's a guy that can put a charge into one, but just didn't quite get enough of it, as it's just a simple fly out to center field. In fact, that's already the second fly out to the center fielder off the Raptors bat so far tonight.
It'll be Gio Ferraro, who was not in the game last night. His most recent action came in Game 6 on Sunday against the Great Falls Voyagers. First pitch to him, misses too low for ball 1. Ferraro did not have a good series against the Voyagers. He played in all but one game, and he went 4 for 19. That's a .211 batting average. That's very low for him as the pickoff throw barely misses, and Colson Lawrence just scuttles in safe.
Well, that was a tricky pickoff throw by Cade Walker. And Lawrence was lucky to get back. Lawrence, a pitcher himself, probably reads those pickoff moves pretty well.
For reference, Ferraro bats at .395 on the year, so the .211 clip that he batted at against the Great Falls Voyagers was not what he was looking for.
But it shows you just how good he was before that Great Falls series.
He entered into that series on an 8-game hit streak and then went 0 for 3 in Game 1 and snapped that one. Big swing and a miss as it bounces off his front left shin. And he's going to take a second as he walks that one off. It hit off so hard of his front left shin that it bounced back into the infield.
Well, you hope it catches the padding. Oftentimes when you get one of those shin pads, you know, it doesn't matter how big the shin pad is. It always seems like the ball misses it.
So Ferraro looks at a 2-1 count now with Colson Lawrence on first. The pitch is swung on and missed to make it 2-2. Ferraro has a bit of a tendency to strike out. He's got 19 on the season. That puts him at the 3rd most on the team. But he also has batted in 31 RBIs and hit 7 out of the park. So it's often a trade-off that you take with those power hitters. But he swings and misses on the next pitch, and that's going to be strikeout number 2 on the night for Cade Walker.
Well, that's another strikeout on that off-speed pitch. It was just 74 miles an hour. Walker doesn't throw hard, but he hides the ball well. He's got long arms, and it seems like he's done a good job, at least so far tonight, in keeping the Raptors hitters off balance.
Be the 9-hole hitter, Hank Dodson now. The catcher tonight. First pitch to him is hit, and it's foul up the third base line. He only had one at-bat last night. He did get pinch hit for by Dylan Wilkinson once. The 25-year-old came over from the West Side Woolly Mammoths. And the 0-1 pitch to him is just barely outside. That had a lot of movement on it.
Because he throws that off-speed pitch for a strike on a consistent basis, even if his fastball is 84, 86 miles an hour in that range, it seems harder because of his off-speed deliveries.
Next pitch misses too low, and it's 2-1. Hank Dodson bats at 261 on the year. He's actually only one of 5 players on the roster, or 4 players, as Eric Sim is one of them. 4 players on the roster who is batting below 300.
Eric Sim, incidentally enough, is on the RedPocket roster, but he's not on the team. He's not here traveling this series.
Next pitch is a called strike, so it's 2-2. And on the active roster, only Efren Monzo at the 255 batting average has a worse batting average than Dodson. The runner goes on the 2-2, but it's fouled back, and Colson Lawrence will have to walk all the way back to first base. Tonight, the Ogden Raptors are in their white jerseys with blue arms, red numbers, and the stitching down the sides of the pant. The RedPocket Mobiles in gray jerseys with red sleeves, a black hat with red writing, and a red brim. 2-2 now to Hank Dodson. And that misses just barely outside despite the best framing efforts of Harold Torres. Torres behind the plate is a lefty catcher, not often something that you see, but expect to not see very many pickoff throws from behind home plate to first base, as that's a pretty difficult throw to make, opening up your shoulders as the lefty.
Well, you don't see lefty catchers at all. Like, you don't see lefty third baseman.
And that'll be a walk to Hank Dodson. Back to the top of the batting order with Chase Valentine, as it's now runners on first and second after the walk.
You know, you mentioned the RedPocket jerseys. In old days, that would be a two-piece jersey with the red undershirt, but I think it's all just one piece.
Well, and then you have in MLB where a few of those games, as the first pitch misses inside for ball 1, they had the sleeveless jerseys, and you saw, I don't remember exactly who it was, but someone was doing curls in the dugout during one of those games.
Yeah, Derek Dietrich of the Cincinnati Reds. That was a throwback night. Oddly enough, I don't think those sleeveless jerseys are a thing anymore.
The 1-0 pitch misses too low, and it's 2-0, and Harold Torres will walk out and have a few words with his pitcher, Cade Walker.
Valentine, the doubles machine. Raptors had 6 doubles in last night's game. He had 2 of them, 19 doubles on the season. This is certainly a great ballpark for extra base hits, with the gaps being as close as they are, and the ball seems to always carry well towards left field and left center in particular. And a double by Valentine especially, it could score 2, even though Dodson, the runner at first, probably be the first to admit that he runs somewhat like a catcher.
A 2-0 count for Chase Valentine, who comes into today with a .396 batting average. Next pitch to him misses on the ground. Torres drops to his knees and keeps it in front of him. Harold Torres behind the plate is wearing the more modern style catcher's helmet. That is a one-piece helmet, although he does rock a backwards hat under it.
Kind of a hockey style mask.
3-0 to Chase Valentine with runners on first and second. That one's right down Broadway for a called strike. 2 outs in this inning. The Raptors left the bases loaded twice last night. Could have been an entirely different game with the amount of runners that they left stranded. And Chase Valentine with 2 outs trying to avoid leaving 2 stranded here. He'll hit this one into right field. Coming in on it is Raven Morgan, and he'll make the catch. So 2 runners do get stranded off of 1 hit by Colson Lawrence. But the RedPocket Mobiles still lead this one 2-1 as we head into the top of the 3rd inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
LWE has become an industry leader and performed new construction and retrofit work to companies in several industries. LWE is located in northern Utah and has performed work throughout the western United States. We can be reached at 801-621-3220.
We are big enough to where we have established processes and procedures to protect you, but we're small enough to where there's still an owner involved in the day-to-day operations to ensure that we don't lose that personal touch. We'd love to tell you more about us, and feel free to reach out to us. You can reach our team at 801-728-0454.
Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in commercial construction. Hundreds of projects throughout the Intermountain West attest to Kier's wide range of expertise in design and build. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting. It's the RedPocket Mobiles, the visiting team, the ever visiting team. They never have a home game this season. They lead it 2-1 in the top of the third inning. And it's back to the top of the lineup in Gianni Horvat. The first three hitters did not have good luck in the first inning against Chase Chapman. All three of them grounded out to Cole Jordan to go 1-2-3, and he fouls the first pitch back into the fence behind home plate.
And Cole Jordan, after the first inning, he was on pace for 27 putouts, but that wasn't the case in the second inning. There wasn't a single ball hit towards Jordan.
The next pitch from Chapman is fouled away once again, and it's 0-2 now to Gianni Horvat. His second time in today's game, going 0-2 quickly. Horvat, who's playing shortstop tonight, is from New Mexico State, is where he played his college ball, the 0-2.
Well, that was low and somehow ricocheted off the plate or something and knocked the helmet of Dotson off. So what a crazy first three pitches of this at-bat.
I was trying to figure out how Dodson's face mask came off, and I couldn't put the words to it. So it's now 1-2 to Gianni Horvat. The next pitch is just barely outside. Horvat made a motion like he wanted to go for it, but decided not to.
They always say in every game there's something that happens you've never seen before and you'll never see after.
And that next pitch misses as well, so Chapman now looking at a 3-2 count, and he's done a good job so far tonight, not giving up a single walk through 2 innings, and that's a big point of emphasis for these Raptors and their pitching staff. The payoff pitch is fouled away out of play up the right field line.
And if he does end up walking, it's definitely not an announcer's jinx.
He's not. I don't believe I have that power.
No, you definitely don't have that power.
But even when Jordan Harrison Dudley hit that hard hit ball into the wall, Evan Parker was a little bit more okay of it than the pitch that just missed high for ball 4 that is a leadoff walk to Gianni Horvat. You know what they say about leadoff walks.
They eventually end up coming to score. That's what Tim McCarver always said. You don't have that power for the announcer's jinx. I think your dad might actually do have that power.
Do you think you just need to get more games under your belt to establish that type of...
Yeah. Like he talks about a 90% free throw shooter. He's automatically going to miss 2.
First pitch misses up high to Spence Kaufman. So Gianni Horvat fared better than his first time up, and the next 2 batters in this order, and Spence Kaufman and Hector Nieves, are going to be hoping for the same. The pickoff throw is not in time from Chapman to Gio Ferraro. Right now, the Raptors are out hitting the RedPocket Mobiles. They have 3. The Mobiles just have 1, but it's those 2 errors for the Raptors that have ultimately allowed both runs to come in. The 1-0 pitch is a called strike to Kaufman to make the count 1-1.
And interestingly enough, in both of those errors, it was just the Raptors just trying to do too much. You know, it was Valentine trying to make a play towards the plate. He was playing back, and then with Chapman, he was just trying to do too much as he was falling down and tried to make a throw all in one motion.
It was exactly that, Tyson. Both of them came from just not cleanly fielded balls, and slight rush caused the error. And it's now a 1-2 count to Spence Kaufman. The runner goes. Dodson does not throw down as no one was covering second base. 61st stolen base of the year for the RedPocket Mobiles, and that's already 2 in today's game.
And they are a team that does have some power. RedPocket's one of those teams. They'll be aggressive on the base pass, and offensively, they've really gotten it rolling over the last week or so.
The 1-2 pitch is hit into right field. That'll go down opposite field as a base hit. Coming around from second and holding up on third is Gianni Horvat. So it'll be runners on the corners for Chase Chapman with no outs.
Horvat does have good speed. Pell does have a strong arm in right field. And Dimitri Young, and some managers, they always talk about some of those golden rules. You don't want to make the first out at third base. And some managers will say that you don't want to make the first out at home. RedPocket does have the Raptors on their heels a little bit, and Dimitri Young knew it was going to be a close play at the plate, and he didn't want Horvat to potentially make that first out at home.
And then you get into a part of your batting order after Nieves where you have Harrison Dudley as the first pitch comes in for a called strike, who absolutely nailed one off Raptors Ridge. Josiah Chavez, who is on a 7-game hit streak, and then Justin Johnson, who has had a home run in 7 straight games. So not a part of the order that you are uncomfortable with coming up to the plate. Next pitch to Nieves is swung on and missed, so it's 0-2 quickly. Nieves was part of that group of 3 who grounded out to Cole Jordan in the first. Chapman kicks and deals. The runner does go to second. Dodson will throw down to Valentine. The throw's not in time, but Valentine makes a heads-up play to check the runner on third, and it will be Gianni Horvat holding up where he was on third base.
Incidentally enough, the pitch was strike 3. But Dimitri Young put the runner in motion. To take away that double play possibility, the infield was playing deep, and so even though there is a strikeout, there's now 2 in scoring position.
Hector Nieves is now 0 for 2 on the day, but it brings up Jordan Harrison Dudley, who had that theoretically 402-foot hit ball, although it did get its flight path interfered with Raptors Ridge. First pitch to him is a swung-on strike.
Rejected by Raptors Ridge. Not the first time, it won't be the last.
The ball that he hit last time had very little air under it. It was just an absolute line drive, but it rocketed off the bat. The 0-1 pitch works inside on him. And it's now 1-1. Lefty versus righty matchup. Harrison Dudley, the righty. Chase Chapman, the lefty. Chapman has had 3 strikeouts tonight and 1 walk. He's allowed 2 runs to come in. The 1-1 pitch is hit into the air in center field. Colson Lawrence retreats to the warning track. His back up against the wall, and that one's gone. Harrison Dudley added the little bit of height that his last hit needed, and that one is a 2-run home run to put the RedPocket Mobiles up 4-1.
That one just kept carrying. It looked like Lawrence for a second had beat on it and thought he was going to make it at the track. Then he turned around and realized he didn't have a play on it. For Dudley, that's home runs in back-to-back games.
So he's been hitting well recently. The 3-run home run puts the RedPocket Mobiles up 5-1.
Unfortunately for Chapman, on a few occasions, he's just left balls in the middle of the plate, and that one was dead center at 84 miles an hour, and Harrison Dudley didn't miss it.
So it's Josiah Chavez up now, who struck out looking his first time up, but he has had a good game, or a good bat recently. Next pitch from Chapman, as the bases are clear now, is just outside for a ball.
Boy, and RedPocket's done a good job not swinging at those pitches. That didn't miss the plate by much, and that was a good take by Chavez.
And the next pitch is outside once again. The Ogden Raptors have the least strikeouts of anyone in the league. The RedPocket Mobiles have the most. But they're showing good discipline here at the plate today. The 3-0 pitch is a called strike to make it 3-1. Next pitch as well, swung on and missed, so it's now 3-2. The RedPocket Mobiles have established their first lead since the first inning in yesterday's game against the Ogden Raptors. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed, so a strikeout for Chase Chapman. That's his 4th of the night.
Good movement on that pitch, and that had late life to it, 84 miles an hour, and it did catch the zone. Second time that Chavez has gone down, and for Chapman, he's done a good job with the strikeouts. 2 strikeouts in the second and already 2 in the third.
So it's Justin Johnson up now. He hit a home run last night. The Pioneer League hitter of the week. First pitch to him. Misses outside for ball 1.
Well, the thing Chapman's got to do is have a bad memory. You can't remember and can't dwell on what's happened earlier in this inning. You got to keep battling.
This one is hit hard. Chase Valentine gets it as he shades over to his right. Crossfield throw is made, and Chase Valentine showing off of his arm power. A good bounce back from his last error for the 3rd out of the inning. But the RedPocket Mobiles have a 3-run top of the 3rd thanks to a 3-run home run by Jordan Harrison Dudley, and they lead this one 5-1 as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Windward Electric is the foremost commercial and industrial electrical contractor in the Intermountain West. We value relationships as we strive to provide exceptional experiences for our clients. Call 801-648-7270 for a quote or visit windwardelectric.com today.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, the RedPocket Mobiles currently lead this one 5-1. It's been a hot start for the Mobiles. Cole Jordan had a hard hit single his first time up and went on to score. He represents the only run that's come across the plate for the Raptors so far. First pitch to him from Cade Walker misses outside for ball 1.
And speaking of hot, it's 90 degrees outside. It's just about as warm, if not maybe a little bit warmer than what it was yesterday.
A little bit more shade today. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. It's weird lighting down there on the field right now as home plate and just slightly up the third base line is covered in shadow, but the rest of the field is in sunlight. So the ball goes from sun to shade as it comes in. The 2-0 pitch transfers from the sun to the shade and then into the strike zone for called strike 1.
Looks like some of the lights are on at Lindquist Field.
The 1-2-1 pitch is hit to his counterpart at second base, and that'll be given off to Johnson at first for the first out of the inning. So the second baseman, Cole Jordan, grounds out to the second baseman, Spence Kaufman, and one is retired in the bottom of the 3rd.
Right, for Jordan, normally a pull hitter, but he just tapped that to the right side. That was a pitch on the outer half, and looks like Cade Walker, the RedPocket starter, has done a good job mixing things up. He's done a good job getting his off-speed pitches over for a strike on a consistent basis.
First pitch to Bradley Pell misses outside. Pell's batting at .362 this year, and he has a great eye at the plate. He has gotten the most free passes of anyone on the Raptors with 24. Next pitch to him misses low, and Carmine Lane tries to pick it with his bare left hand in the on-deck circle. It's 2-0 now to Bradley Pell. While Walker is having success and has only walked one batter, as this one is hit into the glove of first baseman Justin Johnson after one hop, and he'll take it to first base unassisted for the second out of the inning. Cade Walker has had success. He's only walked one batter, but he has not fired in a lot of first pitch strikes. His last 5 batters have all been first pitch balls.
Kind of going against the grain, but he's having some success with it right now.
That goes along with the saying that statistics do not tell you everything. It'll be Carmine Lane stepping in now, the right-handed 4-hole hitter. First pitch misses just barely outside. Walker tried to get that one to start high and outside and make its way back into the zone, but it just missed a little bit outside. 1-0 for Carmine Lane, who singled his last time up. That one misses as well, so it's 2-0.
Of course, for a guy like Walker that doesn't throw hard, he's trying to mix in and out, up and down. And he does a really good job hiding the ball. He can be very tough on lefties.
2-0 pitch is hit hard into left field. It has distance, but it's tailing foul. Strike one on the foul ball. And as you were describing, Tyson, Cade Walker stands with his right shoulder closed a bit to home plate, and he holds his glove down at his belt. So his body essentially serves as a shield, hiding the glove and his ball. The 2-1 pitch is chopped. Shortstop comes in on it. Horvat, he'll take a couple steps and give it off to first base. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and the RedPocket Mobiles have all the momentum as they lead this one 5-1 going into the top of the 4th on the Ogden Raptors broadcast network.
Who's pitching?
3 wireless carriers.
Big corporate mobile. Our stock always goes up. So do your prices. I'm out. We're cheap, just like your coverage.
We're RedPocket, your new ultimate cell carrier. Only we give you all 3. No price increases, 2-minute care, and all major networks for your best 5G coverage.
What's your ask?
$10.
You've got a deal. Switch to RedPocket. Like me, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome into the Ogden Raptors broadcast network here at Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. The fans are filing in on this warm Wednesday afternoon. I think they're staying hydrated with the many Pepsi products offered here at Lindquist Field. Hank Dodson will throw down, and Chase Chapman will just about get ready to start his 4th inning of work.
Looks like a few fans have not only picked up their Pepsi products, but they've also gotten a slice of Lucky Slice pizza.
If you want to feel like you're part of the action here, you can text us at 385-240-1121. We'll be checking the text line throughout the game.
Or you can give us a slice of pizza here, whereas we're here in the GCB Computers broadcast booth.
First pitch misses out inside to Rayvon Morgan, the left-handed batter. Rayvon struck out swinging his last time up. He's playing right field today. Has not seen a bunch of action. This one is very lightly tapped. Chapman will handle it, throw it off to first, and this time Chase Chapman is able to field it cleanly, stay on his feet, and make the out. That was a tough throw. He had to come in on it, and then being a lefty, he basically did a little more than a 180, I guess a 270 spin to get facing towards Gio Ferraro at first.
And notice how he was short, choppy steps. Chapman was going to make sure no matter what happened, he was going to keep his feet. And so his footwork was a lot different and a lot more under control than it was in the second inning.
First pitch to Marco Martinez is a called strike. And the credit to Chase Chapman and exactly what you want to see as a manager is someone who adjusts, someone who notices what they did poorly last time and then makes a change. And that's exactly what Chapman did. Next pitch is fouled back, and it's 0-2.
Of course, in this league, sometimes you have to have a bad memory. You make a bad play, you just got to remember, you got to forget about and move on.
Be a goldfish, in the words of Ted Lasso and every person on Pinterest. The 0-2 pitch misses outside, and it's 1-2. On my golf bag, I actually have a head cover that says "Be a goldfish."
Really?
It's one of my favorite little sayings. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and Chase Chapman has had a hot start to this fourth inning. A ground out and then a strikeout swinging. That's Chapman's 5th strikeout already.
Well, I did that with an off-speed pitch at 77 miles an hour. Well, this is exactly what Chapman needs if he can find a way to complete this inning, put a 0 on the scoreboard, and see if the Raptors bats can get to work.
To be the first 0 that Chapman and his defense have put up since the first inning. First pitch is too high to Harold Torres, the catcher. Torres has only played in 7 games this year and has only hit in 1 of them. So that explains his .091 batting average. This one is hit to the second baseman, Cole Jordan, who ranges to his left and gives it off to Gio Ferraro. And the Ogden Raptors have a 1-2-3 inning of their own to start off the 4th, but it's still the RedPocket Mobiles who lead it 5-1. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Little moments become big when you don't have to worry about your finances. Money can be a giant source of stress, but it doesn't have to be. Here at Ascent Credit Union, we work to empower our members to be able to manage their money easily, quickly, and most importantly, without stress. When you aren't worrying about your finances, you get to enjoy life more. That's why we are here. Call 801-399-9728 for more information or visit ascentcu.com.
Raptor fans, Tara Carney, your local Allstate insurance agent, wants you to know you are always in good hands with Allstate. They can help with all your insurance needs, from protecting your auto and property to your family's future with life and financial services and everything in between. Give Tara a call at 801-606-4547 or email her at tara@allstate.com for a free quote. You can even stop by her office on the corner of 20th and Washington. And remember, you're always in good hands with Allstate.
Don't be a bench warmer. Call the insurance center so that you can get on the field and have a good time and get your insurance done properly. Go Raptors!
First pitch to Kyler Stincato is a called strike, 0-1. And I believe that we are going to be joined by Dimitri Young, the manager of the RedPocket Mobiles. Dimitri, can you hear us?
I can hear you just fine.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again. It's been a great start to this ball game for your team, Skip.
Oh, yes, it is. We came out swinging, and Dave Walker's been holding the Raptors at bay thus far.
How do you look at a night like last night where you guys fought very, very hard and take the positive despite having one get it added to the loss column?
We kind of got used to it because despite our record, we've had 9 one-run games. And so we just been at the brink of the entire time. So being in this position as a professional when I was with the Detroit Tigers in 03, we were 43 and 119. It's like, you got to stay ready. Anything can happen. You don't bring negativity to the ballpark.
You guys being an ever-present traveling team, you never get to bat last. How do you manage that when batting last is often so important in those one-run games?
Well, I mean, that's one of the things that we can't focus on because we had that disadvantage. We just go out there and do the best we can to go and put up some runs, and the pitchers will hold it for us, and hopefully in the 9th inning be able to get those 3 outs without them scoring.
Absolutely, Skip. We really appreciate your time today, and Thank you so much for joining us as Colson Lawrence hits a home run to get the Raptors up to 2 runs, a solo shot. But it's still 5-2 in favor of the RedPocket Mobiles. Line drive, 100 miles an hour off of the bat, and a 390-foot carry into right field.
An opposite field home run, 100 miles an hour off the bat, 390 feet. And for Colson Lawrence, he certainly has provided a ton of power as of late. He's a guy that's got power to all fields, and boy, he's been outstanding as of late for the Raptors.
This one is hit to second baseman Spence Kaufman, and he'll hand it off to first for the second out of the inning. Skip, I don't know if you can still hear us, but we really appreciate your time. I think we'll wrap up with you here.
Oh, well, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, everything was going on. I got to hit the home run and stuff, but that's baseball. That happens. We just got to come back and do the same.
Absolutely. We appreciate your time. We'll speak with you again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Enjoy the night.
First pitch to Ferraro is hit hard into right field, but it's barely foul.
Dimitri Young, two-time All-Star, one of the good guys. Yeah, you mentioned that 2003 Detroit Tigers team that went 43-119 that was matched by the Colorado Rockies last year. He was actually their All-Star representative that year.
The 0-1 by Gio Ferraro is hit hard, and all Josiah Chavez can do is watch it fly. A bat flip by Gio Ferraro, and the Ogden Raptors are continuing to claw their way back into this one.
Second solo home run of the fourth inning, 420 feet over the left center field wall. You can say he smoked that one at 106 miles an hour off the bat. That's just what the doctor ordered for the Raptors. 2 home runs in the inning. Colson Lawrence, the second batter of the inning, followed up by 2 batters later, Gio Ferraro. That is definitely what Ferraro needed after a tough series against Great Falls.
Tank Dodson trying to continue this explosive fourth inning going. First pitch is swung on and missed. Cade Walker had been pretty shut down to this point in this inning. He had only allowed 1 run off of 3 hits, but has given up 2 long balls in this inning. The 0-1 pitch to Dodson misses too low in the dirt, so we're 1-1. For the Raptors as a whole, those were home runs 42 and 43 on the season. That puts them in 4th place in the entire league for home runs. Next pitch on Hank Dodson is a called strike in the bottom right side of the strike zone.
I do believe if you add all the doubles and the triples, the Raptors might have the most extra base hits of any team in the league.
And you're right on that one. They have the most by just about 18. And it's now 20 as you add the next 2.
Boy, it's interesting. 81 doubles, which is an amazing total. The next highest total of any team in the Pioneer League is the Great Falls Voyagers with 61.
It's now 1-2 to Hank Dodson as he fouled the next pitch back. Cade Walker's pitch is lined right back up the middle. That missed his glove by about 2 inches to the right side, and Hank Dodson is on base for the second time today, his first hit of the game.
Walker extended his glove out and it looked like he was in a good fielding position, but Dodson just lined it right past him as Walker couldn't reach it. And this 4th inning is exactly what the Raptors have needed offensively. Now they get back to the top of the order with Chase Valentine.
Valentine has had a slow start tonight. He has struck out and flown out. In comparison, yesterday, he went 3 for 3 in his first 3 at-bats. The next pitch works inside on him. That'll go all the way back to the wall, and Hank Dodson will make it to second on the wild pitch. Harold Torres didn't show a lot of alacrity behind the plate trying to go get that one. I mean, Hank Dodson rounded first and looked like he might have been thinking 3 with how slowly Torres was just jogging back to get that ball.
Yeah, if you're a base runner, you just run hard, and if the catcher gets up to it and you just hold up to the next base, it's what you do.
A 1-0 count now to Chase Valentine. Walker kicks and deals. That one misses low and outside for ball 2.
I remember when I was 13 years old, I walked and the pitch went to the backstop and the catcher lollygagged back to the ball on the backstop. I got to first, and I just took off, and I ended up getting to second base on a walk.
That's a hustle play right there. I mean, reminds me of banana ball a little bit where there's no walks. The player at home plate has to run to first before the defensive team can throw it to everyone in the infield, I believe is the banana ball rules. No free bases in that league.
Very odd brand of baseball. You can hit a foul ball in the seats and somebody catches it and you're out.
Talk about fan experience. So it's the 2-0 now to Chase Valentine. And he lines this one up, the third baseline foul. A lot of the Raptor bats have been ahead of Cade Walker, as you talked about it, Tyson. He doesn't throw with a lot of speed. That was his fastball at 85.
But he is crafty and tries to just find a way to change things up, mix things up in and out, up and down.
The 2-1 pitch catches the top right side of the strike zone. That had a little more heat on it from Walker, 86.
With all the off-speed pitches, that 86 to Valentine doesn't necessarily look 86. Maybe
it looks fast.
Closer to 90. Kind of sneaks up on you.
It's now 2-2 to Chase Valentine with a runner on second. The next one misses outside, and it's full. Hank Dodson is the runner, dancing around between second and third base on the base paths. The Raptors have scored 2 runs off of solo home runs in this inning, but they still trail 5-3.
With Valentine, this starts the third trip through the order. So each of the hitters for Ogden has had 2 trips to the plate, and they've been able to see the variety of pitches that Cade Walker has. And so the hitters are making their adjustment on Walker.
The full count pitch is pulled into left field. That'll go down as a base hit. Hank Dodson will come around third, and he'll go home to score. Chase Valentine will hold up on first, and an RBI single gets the Raptors within 1.
It's kind of a little looper to left field. Valentine didn't try to do too much, and sometimes, players have that expression, he hit it like you threw it. And Walker with that off-speed pitch, that kind of looped to the plate, and Valentine didn't try to do too much, and that's going to be the adjustment the Raptors hitters are going to make as Ray King, the pitching coach, is going to go out and talk with Walker. Ray King, a left-handed hurler in his own day. He was a strong reliever who spent a decade in the big leagues. But for the Raptors hitters, if Walker's going to throw those off-speed pitches and try to mix speeds, and, if he's going to throw that 75-mile-an-hour junk, he just can't try to do too much with it. And so the type of approach that Valentine has had, and we've seen it with a couple other hitters, to where, you just shorten up a little bit, don't try to hit the ball 5 miles, and you'll have good success. And the Raptors have had that sort of success here in the 4th inning.
Campy, the hitting coach for the Ogden Raptors, emphasized early season that a big point of focus when getting this team together was increasing the baseball IQ of the team. They're a 25 and under team, so they don't always have a lot of people who are veterans with a lot of experience, just given the age limit that they put on their team. But the people with the baseball IQ, like Chase Valentine, who has spent time in the Padres organization, knowing that you can't do too much when a pitcher is giving you stuff like that. The pickoff throw to first base is not in time, as the first pitch is a ball.
They often try, coaches will use those sort of expressions. You can't hit a 5-run home run, or you can't hit a grand slam with nobody on base. Don't try to do the impossible. Just do what you're capable, and just kind of let the game come to you.
1-0 from Cade Walker, his team leading at 5-4 right now, and that one's a called strike. The tying run is Chase Valentine on first, but 2 outs in the bottom of this 4th inning. Still a lot of game to go. I feel like the Ogden Raptors knew, even after getting down 5-1, that with their offense being the way it is, they had the ability to get back in this thing. This one is grounded to Gianni Horvat at short, and he'll just underhand toss it over to Spence Kaufman at second for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Raptors have their largest inning of the game, 3 runs, 2 solo home runs, and an RBI single from Chase Valentine. And we are now sitting at 5-4 as we head into the top of the 5th on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Raptor fans, Tara Carney, your local Allstate insurance agent, wants you to know you are always in good hands with Allstate. They can help with all your insurance needs, from protecting your auto and property to your family's future with life and financial services and everything in between. Give Tara a call at 801-606-4547 or email her at tara@allstate.com for a free quote. You can even stop by her office on the corner of 20th and Washington. And remember, you're always in good hands with Allstate.
Hey there, baseball fans. I'm Ogden Mayor Ben Nadolski, and there's nothing more American than summertime baseball at Lindquist Field right here in the heart of Ogden, USA. From the crack of the bat to the smell of ballpark hot dogs and popcorn, this is where our community comes together and where downtown comes alive. So whether you're here for Raptors baseball, the fireworks, or just a great night with family and friends, you're in one of the most beautiful ballparks in all of America. So let's cheer loud, support our home team, and let's make some memories. Welcome to Lindquist Field, and let's go Raptors.
This is Hannah with the Ogden Raptors. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, videos, and accounts of this game is prohibited without the express written consent of the Pioneer Baseball League. Copyright 2024, Pioneer Baseball.
Welcome back. Top of the 5th inning here on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network at Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. This is their 8th game in 9 days for both of these ball clubs. For the Raptors, it's their 8th game in the last 9 days at home. First pitch from Chase Chapman is a called strike. He goes into his 5th inning of work.
For Chapman, it's been pretty simple. 7 ground outs and 5 strikeouts. Not a single flyout for RedPocket in this game.
Next pitch is waved on and missed by Gianni Horvat, so it's 0-2 quickly. And Chase Chapman, despite giving up 5 runs so far, has been pretty efficient. I mean, he's only used about 65 pitches. The 0-2 pitch is down in the dirt. Not a bad 0-2 pitch.
It's probably exactly where you want to do with the 0-2 pitch. See him find a way to get a chase. But Horvat, as he proved in that 3rd inning walk, is a guy that does have some pretty good plate discipline. He's got a good 2-strike approach.
He's walked 14 times so far this year coming into this game. 15 after the walk in the 3rd inning, and the next pitch goes past him for a ball, so it's now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Chapman is called strike 3, and we'll get a RedPocket Mobile challenge from the RedPocket Mobiles. And it doesn't look like it's going to go the Mobiles' way. It's overturned as a strike, and that's strikeout number 6 on the night for Chase Chapman. And the RedPocket Mobiles are now down to 1 challenge. Those challenges just have not been going their way in this series.
Especially since the RedPocket Mobile Strike Zone Challenge is named after them. So it's been a tough go of it for them. 13 outs for Chapman, 7 ground outs, and now 6 strikeouts.
First pitch to Spence Kaufman misses just a hair outside for ball 1. So far, Spence Kaufman is 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd inning and then went on to score after a stolen base and a home run by Jordan Harrison Dudley. He was part of those 3 runs who scored. And we're getting a challenge from the pitcher, Chase Chapman, I believe.
And Chapman pounded his chest and said, "My bad." So it looks like both teams are down to 1 challenge in the RedPocket Mobile Strike Zone Challenge.
Next pitch works outside of the zone for a ball, so it's 3-0. And that's interesting to see Chapman challenge, as we talked to Evan Parker about challenges yesterday. He said he almost exclusively has his hitter or his catcher challenging, not his pitcher. And a 4-pitch walk from Chase Chapman is not exactly what skipper Evan Parker wanted to see. And his reasoning for wanting the pitcher or the catcher to do, or the catcher or the batter to do it, was just that they have a better vantage point and they have a little bit less emotion in the game.
Yeah, the pitcher is going to want every single pitch, whether it's a strike or not. He's going to want a little bit of that outside corner, but, the strike zone challenge, just doesn't give you that extra inch or 2 on the outside corner like a pitcher wants.
First pitch to Hector Nieves is swung on and missed. Nieves is 0 for 2 tonight. He's been one of the 6 strikeouts for Chase Chapman, and he also grounded out in the 1st inning. Next pitch to him misses too high. Nieves on the year so far is batting at .298, but he had a good series against Yuba Sutter where he went 11 for 27. Next pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. That adds up to a 407 batting average, and he's had hits in 6 of his last 7 games. Trying to avoid strikeout number 2 on this night, however. The 1-2 pitch from Chase Chapman. The runner goes, and it's a strikeout. The pitch throwdown is not in time to second base, but Chase Chapman picks up strikeout number 7 on the night.
That's the 4th stolen base by RedPocket here tonight as they continue to run wild here in this series. But the most important thing is Chapman did get a strikeout there, as he now has 7 strikeouts to go along with the 7 groundouts. Not a single flyout by Chapman so far about halfway through this game.
And it was a good bounce back after that 4-pitch walk as well to get Hector Nieves out swinging. This one is hit into opposite field by Jordan Harrison Dudley, but Kyler Stancato, that's Bradley Pell in right field, comes in on it for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Raptors hold the RedPocket Mobiles scoreless in the top of the 5th inning, but it's still the Mobiles leading this one 5-4 as we head into the bottom of the 5th on the Ogden Raptors broadcast network.
I had a couple of friends that have come here, and they said that the education from the instructors was just really great. It was kind of between Davis Tech and here, and I decided to pick here because of the instructors. I've always loved hair, nail, and skin and all of those things, so I just thought it was a perfect career opportunity to be able to make my own schedule and do what I love. I really love doing men's haircuts, so that's probably my favorite. That, and then just coloring's fun because you get to experiment and kind of create new things, which is always fun. It's fun because they're like our instructors and they teach us lots, but they've always become like our friends, and they're always like motivating us to do new things and challenging us and like really care about us individually and like what's going on in our lives at home, what's going on in our life at school, and they're just very compassionate towards us. I would say 100% do it, even if you're kind of on the edge, because you meet a lot of new friends, you make great relationships, and then it's just fun. You learn a lot of like life skills as well, which is great, but it's just overall a great program. I'm Callie Rasmussen, and I'm a cosmetology student here at OTEC.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors broadcast network. Arden Locke joined here by Zach Rittner, who I don't even know what to say for your position. You're kind of the do-it-all guy for the RedPocket Mobiles. Just talk to us a little bit about what you do with their ball club.
Oh, well, thank you, Arden, for having me on. You do such a great job here announcing these games on the Pioneer Baseball League. As we travel around, I listen and watch the games on the HTN network, and you do a fantastic job. I just wanted to start by saying that. Yes, that's the running joke in the clubhouse is what is Zach's actual job? What does Zach do? And I don't want to say I'm a jack of all trades, because I once heard when someone say jack of all trades, master of none. But I try to pick up all the extra slack where it needs to be, whether it's getting the guys lunch, food, dragging the field in preseason.
This one is hit to first baseman Justin Johnson. He'll take it unassisted himself for the 1st out of the inning.
But my main job is actually making sure that the on-deck circle gets everywhere we go, because that was my idea.
We acknowledged that earlier, that the RedPocket Mobiles have a traveling on-deck circle with them that is branded, so it's very impressive. I mean, I was watching the Chasing Baseball series, and it looked like you did anything from the social media, then to, like you said, the packing of lunches, the dragging the field, and your bedazzled hats were also quite a hit.
Yeah. This partnership with the Pioneer Baseball League and RedPocket has become a unique aspect, and where last year we started as just the sponsor of the league, and then this year we actually have a team, and we got something going on out here.
It looks like we've got the athletic trainer coming out to check on Cade Walker, so we'll hope he's okay. But we actually had a question come in from the text line that I thought you'd be a perfect guy to answer it. So it said, let's see, right here. We had the question asked from Chris on the text line. Where and when do the RedPocket Mobiles practice and train, since they play exclusively on the road? And then the second question was, how do they build a fan base without a home stadium?
Very great, very good questions. And we're doing something very unique with the RedPocket mobiles. One, we're building a fan base through social media. I'm doing my best to get the word out there about our team, the exciting things we're doing. You mentioned the YouTube web series. So yeah, not having a home field, it is a challenge to build a fan base, but we have good quality guys. We're looking to bring value to the Pioneer Baseball League. We're not looking to be, you know, a team people can't get around. You know, we have Dimitri Young and Ray King, former major leaguers, a combined 30 years experience, and they have their own little fan bases from their careers. And so we've caught some fans from their careers. And, you know, every one of these guys come from somewhere else that's on our team, and they have their friends and families. So we're looking to build a network of fans organically through social media. And to answer the question about practicing, well, I don't know how many teams in the Pioneer League actually get time to practice, considering we play 6 games a week.
Yeah.
You know, our guys get to when we're somewhere for six days, we get settled in. We come out to the field early, about 2:00, 3:00. We get infield, outfield practice and batting practice. So we get it in on the home fields. The home teams are gracious enough to allow us to come out a little earlier each day to get that kind of work in. But you know, the Pioneer League is a grind. Even if you have your own.
If you have a home field, you're still 96 games a year. I mean, both of these clubs right now playing 9 games in 10 days. And just to add in, we are going to have a new pitcher, as looked like Cade Walker might have had some troubles with his hand. So the new pitcher will be number 30, Agnel Miranda. He's got a 2.70 ERA, which is technically the 4th best on the team, as you guys do have 3 pitchers with a 0.0 ERA. So can't complain about that. But his last outing came just a few days ago on Sunday against the Yuba Sutter Freebirds. He went 2 innings, allowed no hits, no runs, had 4 strikeouts in 6 batters faced. But coming in the 5th inning here, it's either going to be a bullpen game for the RedPocket Mobiles, or we're going to see if Agnel Miranda might be able to string together a few more innings.
Agnel came to us a few weeks ago. He used to play affiliated ball, and he is a hard thrower. I think he can top out about 96 miles an hour in velocity. And, you know, he's starting to find the zone consistently, and the results you could see in the numbers just the other day in Yuba City. I'm impressed on how you know all these stats and you keep up with it. It's being a broadcaster is not that easy, you know.
It's fun. It's an absolute pleasure to do this job, so I want to do it well.
When every game I've been going live in the top of the 1st inning on our Instagram at RedPocket Mobiles, and I try to do a little play-by-play in the background. You know, top of the 1st, here we are, 2 outs, runner on 2nd. You got to constantly fill people in and let them know what's going on, and you got to be aware of all 18 guys on the field and the coaches and the managers and know their numbers. And you know, in this league, there's so much turnover, and you really have to be on point with that. And like I said, I've listened to other broadcasts, and they, you know, struggle sometimes.
Well, it was funny yesterday. You guys picked up Myles Garrett, obviously, from the Ogden Raptors, and so he came in to pitch for the RedPocket Mobiles. Well, I had prep on him because he had been on the team I'm calling for the last couple weeks, so that one worked out nicely for me. But you're 100% right. The first pitch from Miranda is to Carmine Lane. He rips this one into left field. Coming in on it is Chavez, and that's out number 2. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Miranda. I want to ask on just the type of people you guys have on your team. It takes a specific type of guy to be willing to travel 96 games on the road. What do you feel like unites all of them?
Takes a specific kind of guy to do 96 games on the road, and definitely not major league contracts here.
Yes.
You know, these guys are playing baseball because they want a chance and an opportunity to get to the next level. And when you're playing for coaches like Dimitri Young and Ray King, you always are going to have professional major league eyes on you, just by the association with those 2 guys, you know. And our guys are grinders, they're fighters. We got some big bats. You know, right now our record is not an indication of how well we've been playing.
I mean, it's been 10 1-run games, and you just guys happen to be 1 for 9 in those games.
Exactly. Our record could be completely flipped over. We hung tough with Long Beach down there. They're the top team in the league. And of the 6 games we played, we should have definitely won 4 or 5 of them for sure. You know, pitching is a premium in this league. If you gotta hit that zone consistently. Even though you can throw hard, you still have to throw strikes. And free bases are my biggest pet peeve. That's a nice pitch right there.
Called strike makes it a 2-2 count for Miranda, who's going against Kyler Stincato. Stincato 0 for 2 on the night. He's grounded out and flown out. But it's 100% what you said. I mean, the Raptors, they're the best team offensively in the league. They sit at about 9th in ERA, and that's just been the difference for them is they've put up 10-plus runs in majority of their games, but if you're allowing that many, you're not going to walk away with a W.
I'm looking at your guys. This guy's batting .462. That's amazing, you know?
There's only 2 guys on the team on the active roster who are batting below .300. This one is grounded, and it's off the chest of Spence Kaufman. He stays with the play at second base, and they'll get the out at first. Good work by the RedPocket Mobiles defense to put up another 0 for the Raptors. Well, Zach, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Everyone, go track the RedPocket Mobiles. And what was the Instagram that you said it was again?
At RedPocket Mobiles. And same with YouTube. Check out our YouTube web series. And check out RedPocket Mobile as a wireless provider. We offer 3 5G networks, plans starting at $10, and 2-minute customer care. And I don't think you can beat that anywhere in the industry.
Zach, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Thank you.
GCB Computers.
All right.
Refurbished, reliable,
Thanks.
and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. And after we were joined by Zach Richter, we're now joined by Caleb Bunch, who was the starting pitcher of last night's victory. Caleb, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Thanks so much for joining us once again. Another strong outing, your second professional outing. What were your thoughts on last night?
It feels good. Feels good to go out. You know, Ogden's a beautiful place, and I'm happy to be here. Plus, to have the guys behind me that I do. And so, you know, looking forward to coming out here each and every day.
Last night, you got off to a start where it was a home run in the first inning. How do you bounce back and, you know, go 4 or 5 more innings after that?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, when something like that happens, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, you got to keep pushing forward, keep going, kind of put it behind you. And I think that's the mentality that I kind of take with me. And at the end of the day, you know, I got 8 other guys behind me in the field that are working just as hard as I am to get those outs. So.
How has the adjustment been from, you know, pitching at Baylor pretty recently to now pitching in professional baseball?
Oh, it's definitely been an adjustment for sure. Just coming out, you know, being from a place that doesn't have much elevation, you know, seeing how my stuff's gonna move differently and you know, things like that. But, you know, just going out there and doing my job, and like I said, letting those 8 guys behind me work, you know, that's kind of what I do it for. So
Caleb, thanks so much for joining us. A great addition to the Ogden Raptors this year.
Thank you so much.
This one is grounded by Josiah Chavez up the middle, and Chase Valentine does get a glove on it, but not enough to make a play over to first. So the leadoff base runner is on for the RedPocket Mobiles, who still lead this game 5-4.
It feels like the Major League Baseball All-Star Game with as many people as you've talked to here so far this evening. Now for Chavez, just kind of the ball put in the perfect spot there. Not all that hard hit, but he's on with a leadoff single.
We absolutely love having all the different voices that we have on, but if you're more of the type who's looking for just straight baseball, our next few innings should mostly have that. This one is grounded up the middle. Their turn 1 at second and get the second out over at first. A perfectly executed double play, and Chase Valentine has back-to-back innings with great defensive plays.
Well, just great range by Valentine. Had plenty of momentum once he got the ball. Jordan was at the bag. Just a nice underhand scoop that was easy for Jordan to handle. And Jordan had all the time in the world to make a strong throw to first to complete the double play.
So 2 outs quickly now, and it's Rayvon Morgan, the left-handed hitter, who's 0 for 2 on the night. He's struck out and grounded out, and the first pitch to him is a called strike.
After RedPocket scored those 3 runs in the third inning, looks like Chase Chapman has really settled in. 2 scoreless innings and looking for a third here.
This one is barely tapped. Foul, it looked like. Maybe just off of Hank Dodson's glove. And it'll make it an 0-2 count. 7 strikeouts on the night for Chase Chapman. He's given up 4 hits, 5 runs. It's really just been the 2 errors that created those 2 avoidable runs in the top of the second inning. This one is hit opposite field. Carmine Lane handles it the grounder after a couple hops, and Gio Ferraro gets the out on the base. A 1-2-3 inning for the Ogden Raptors, and it's still the RedPocket Mobiles leading this one 5-4 as we enter into the bottom of the 6th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Don't be a bench warmer. Call the insurance center so that you can get on the field and have a good time and get your insurance done properly. Go Raptors!
Raptor fans, Tara Carney, your local Allstate insurance agent, wants you to know you are always in good hands with Allstate. They can help with all your insurance needs, from protecting your auto and property to your family's future with life and financial services and everything in between. Give Tara a call at 801-606-4547 or email her at tara@allstate.com for a free quote. You can even stop by her office on the corner of 20th and Washington. And remember, you're always in good hands with Allstate.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting in the bottom of this 6th inning, and it will be Agnel Miranda continuing his work out on the mound. He did go 3 innings in Game 2 against the Yuba Sutter Freebirds, so he has the capability to string together a few more innings than he has in his last 2 games. And with him coming in the 5th inning, they likely want him to be able to put at least 2, maybe 3 under his belt.
And he does have a pretty strong arm, a guy that can get the strikeouts. He's got pretty good size at 6'5" and 225 pounds out of Puerto Rico.
His first at-bat of his first full inning of work will be against Colson Lawrence, who hit a home run his last time up. The first pitch to him is swung on and missed on a ball that was way outside the zone. It was low and outside, but it got Colson Lawrence to bite.
If we're talking about hot hitters, Colson Lawrence has certainly been that. Not only was a home run, but if I remember right, I think it was hit to the opposite field.
The 0-1 pitch is also hit opposite field. That one is just about 3 feet out of play up the right field line. That one was just a breath of air away from staying fair.
He's got unlimited power to all fields. I mean, he can hit him out to left center field, hit it over Raptors Ridge. He's got a complete game.
After the swing and a miss in the foul ball, it is now 0-2 against him. But Colson Lawrence, you talked about it. He didn't have a great week last week going 269, but he had batted over 600 against the Idaho Falls Chuckers. And counting his hit today, he's had hits in 14 of his last 15 games.
Looks like a right-hander starting to loosen up. Max Miller is the name of the right-hander loosening up for Ogden.
The 0-2 pitch works up and inside on Colson Lawrence to make it 1-2, excuse me. Max Miller is one of those newer pitchers that the Ogden Raptors added in the last week or so. The 1-2 pitch is a check swing inside, and Colson Lawrence did not go around to make it 2-2. Colson Lawrence has gone 2 for 2 on his night so far, so it's deuces for his night and deuces in the count. The pitch is fouled away to stay alive. That one ricocheted into the Raptors dugout, but all of them got out of the way. And luckily our cameraman, our field cam, Josh Ijeka, is also safe. It's most important to us here up in the booth. The 2-2 pitch is held off on. The appeal down to first base confirms that, and it's now a full count.
That was a good take by Lawrence there. That was a nasty off-speed pitch at 83 miles an hour, but did a good job holding up.
It's the same pitch that kind of sweeps out of the zone that he swung at for strike 1 of this at-bat, so it was a good decision by Agnel Miranda. The full count pitch is hit opposite field. That'll go down as a base hit into right center field. It's Rayvon Morgan collecting it on one hop, and a leadoff base runner is on for Colson Lawrence. That's the second time tonight that he has been the leadoff base runner.
And third hit for him. 2 singles and a home run. That home run came in the 4th inning, so he's about as hot as it gets.
Batting 100 on the night, or 1,000, I guess is what you'd probably say.
Yeah, it's the Nebraska math coming into effect. He's hitting 1,000.
Nebraska math. Crazy dig there. It'll bring up Sebastian Greco, who is 0 for 2 on the night. I can do that math. That's 0. First pitch to him is a called strike.
Although my current side math, I think, got that one wrong.
Greco was an addition to the team a couple weeks ago before the Idaho Falls Chuckers series. The 0-1 pitch is hit out of play, foul. Played his college ball for USF, and then he actually played for the Ogden Raptors last year. Did not start the season with them, but he came in and made an immediate impact. He had a 5-game hit streak when he joined the team. Hasn't been as hot since then. He has had hits in 3 of his last 5 games since then, but he batted 158 in the Great Falls Voyager series. An 0-2 count to Greco, who's 0 for 2 on the night. No outs in the bottom of this 6th. Pitch from Miranda is swung on lightly and hit into the glove of Marco Martinez on the fly for out number 1. The pickoff throw behind Colson Lawrence to try to get him sliding back is mishandled by the first baseman, but Colson Lawrence will stay where he is at first despite the errant throw.
Well, Martinez caught that, and it looked like Lawrence kind of hesitated for half a second, had to dive back to first, and I don't know if the first baseman will come up with it. Would have been a close play.
With 1 out, it's time for Gio Ferraro, who was the latter half of the pair of solo home runs in the 4th inning by the Raptors that got them within 1. The Raptors still trail at 5-4. The pitch is a called strike. Gio Ferraro on the inside edge.
Based on the little bit of the slump that Ferraro's been in, that home run certainly came at the right time.
Just gave the Raptors some life since then. They've put up a couple zeros. This one is hit directly right back to Miranda, but his throw to second base goes into the outfield. It was mishandled, and it'll be Colson Lawrence extending all the way to third. And Gio Ferraro will stand on first, so it's runners on the corners. The throw from Agnel Miranda was kind of as if he was a quarterback trying to lead his receiver back to second, but it had too much zip on it, and neither the shortstop Horvat or the second baseman Kaufman was there to handle it.
It almost looked like maybe Horvat was a little bit uncertain as to who was going to cover second base there. It looked like Kaufman was running towards second base as well, and I think Horvat saw Kaufman off the, just in the kind of the edge of his peripheral vision and just couldn't find a way to catch the baseball.
That's the first error of the game, and Hank Dotson hits this one hard into left field, but it will be Chavez coming under it. Tagging up to score will be Colson Lawrence, and this ball game is tied. Perfectly executed sac fly by Hank Dotson, who hit a hard hit ball deep into left field. And Colson Lawrence had plenty of time to knot this one up at 5 runs apiece.
Just a line drive by Dotson, only 3.5 seconds of hang time. And with that error, it cost RedPocket a run. As we're now tied at 5. And what a game we've got here.
You expect it to be close when the RedPocket Mobiles are involved. 10 one-run games on the season. 10 of their 25 games have been from single-run deficits or single-run differences. 2/5 of their games, 40%. How about that math?
That's pretty good. That's strong Nebraska math.
The 0-1 pitch now to Chase Valentine. He singled his last time up. The runner will go. The pitch is up and inside, and the tag is not put on in time. Gianni Horvat thought he might have had it, but the ball came out of his glove.
Might have been out had Horvat held on to it, but just couldn't hold on to the ball. Would have been a close play there, and Gio Ferraro gets a stolen base.
Gio Ferraro does not have that many stolen bases. It's only his 5th of the year, excuse me. But it is stolen base 50 of the year for the Ogden Raptors, as they've stolen 2 tonight. The 0-1 pitch to Chase Valentine, or the 1-1, excuse me, is swung on and missed to make it 1-2. Valentine has struck out once tonight, but that was off the hand of Cade Walker. This is his first time facing Agnell Miranda. 1-2 with 2 outs, runner on second. That one is held back on. It's that same pitch that Miranda has been working with. It's an off-speed that starts in the zone and absolutely cuts its legs out from under it and drops outside of the zone and outside low. So it's 2-2 now to Chase Valentine. The pitch is hit straight ahead into center field. Hector Nieves just takes a couple steps from where he is for the last out of the inning, but the Ogden Raptors tag one more onto their total thanks to a Hank Dodson sac fly, and we're tied up at 5 entering into the top of the 5th inning on the Ogden Raptors broadcast network.
Whatever you do, don't drop the ball at the Raptors Stadium. And we don't want to let you drop the ball for your insurance. We want to make sure that you have the proper coverage and the best price. Here at the Insurance Center, we're going to take care of you. We've had a great relationship with the Raptors, and we want to have a great relationship with you. Your auto, your home, your life, your health, your business. We have experts that are there to take care of you. We've been doing this for a long time. We are your trusted choice insurance agency here locally. We are the only best practice insurance agency north of Salt Lake. Realize that we're going to take the best care of you. Give us a call, 801-622-2626. Look us up online, www.insurancecenterut.com. We're here to take care of you and hit the ball out of the park.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back, Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. Hank Dodson throws down, and we're just about ready to go in the top of the 7th inning. Tickets are on sale now by calling 801-393-2450 or at ogden/raptors.com, or simply stop by the Lindquist Field box office in person at 23rd and Lincoln. The Raptors are the 9th highest attended sports team in Utah, including the colleges, and the #1 attended venue north of Salt Lake. And man, has it been an exciting homestand of baseball for the Ogden Raptors.
It's been a wild brand of baseball. We've seen a lot of high-scoring games, but we got a relatively lower-scoring game tied at 5 here in the top of the 7th inning. Great Falls, or RedPocket's played a ton of close games, and this one's no different.
Next pitch works inside on Marco Martinez, and it's now 1-1. Marco is struck out his last time up. He reached on an error in the 2nd inning. It's now a 2-1 count to him from Chase Chapman, who is continuing his work on the mound. He's in his 7th inning of work now, so if he finishes this inning, it would tie his longest outing of the season. And you've got a couple Raptors warming up. This one is hit hard into left field, and that's off the wall. He will stop at first and round and go back. That was a hard hit ball that had such a tough ricochet off the wall. It basically just ricocheted directly back to Kyler Stancato, and Stancato with a strong arm holds Martinez to a single. That's probably the hardest hit single he'll hit in his career.
Yeah, no question about that. Just bounced off the bottom of the wall, and Stancato was in the perfect place to get the ricochet off the wall and hold Martinez to a single.
So as I was saying, you still have Miller warming up in the Ogden Raptors dugout, as he has been for about an inning and a half now. First pitch is a called strike to Harold Torres, who is 0 for 2 on the night. Torres has grounded out both times. Pickoff throw is not in time, but it'll keep Marco Martinez honest over there on first with no outs. Any run is so important in these latter parts of the game. The final 3 innings knotted up at 5. The 0-1 pitch misses just barely outside. The Raptors are definitely trying to avoid a knockout round. We were talking about it last night, not on air, just in the break. But with the power that the RedPocket Mobiles have on their roster, probably not a team you want to go up against, despite their statistics when it comes to offensive numbers.
Yeah, they've got some guys that can really hit the ball out of the park. You know, Justin Johnson's got a home run in 7 straight games. Chavez, Harrison, Dudley's displayed some good power in this series, and so they're a team that if they can get to actually that knockout round after 9 innings, and it was looking like it was going to be the case last night, RedPocket does have some good hitters.
It's a 1-2 count now to Harold Torres, who is respectfully not one of those great hitters. The pickoff throw is not in time, but barely. Marco Martinez had to do a swim dive back to get back to the base. But Harold Torres just hasn't played a lot this year. He's only played in 7 games. This is his 8th. And he only has 1 hit across those 7 games. The runner will go. The pitch is high, and the throw down from Hank Dodson is not in time. It was a little bit off target and pulled Cole Jordan off the base regardless. So it's now 2-2 count to Harold Torres.
Was it the 5th stolen base by RedPocket tonight? Yeah, it looks like he broke his belt. Martinez stole second base, and now he's going to get a new belt.
Get the old red belt returned over to the dugout. Got a new one put in pretty quickly. Good work by the equipment managers of the RedPocket Mobiles. It wouldn't surprise me if Zach is out there giving them new belts too.
It is possible that they've got a plethora of belts, or it is possible that a coach of the RedPocket Mobiles sacrificed his belt for the player.
If anyone's pants look a little bit saggy, we'll know why. The 2-2 is in the dirt, and it's now full. So we've had a broken belt in today's game, as well as an errant pitch that somehow knocked off Hank Dodson's face mask, which I'm sure broken belts have happened. I personally haven't seen one yet.
I've seen it happen every now and then.
Payoff pitch is fouled off, and we'll do the 3-2 once again.
And usually it's the first base coach or somebody in the dugout. They'll sacrifice their belt to keep the game moving on so that the person on base can have a belt in the field.
It's a nice look, those red belts that accent the red sleeves on the one-piece jersey that looks like a 2-piece. The full count pitch is too high, and that's just this 3rd walk of the night by Chase Chapman.
Yeah, Miller should be ready to go. He is warming up in the bullpen, and Evan Parker is walking out of the Ogden dugout in the third base side. And let's see if we're going to get a pitching change as Evan Parker puts up his right hand to the home plate umpire, James Ainsworth. The entire infield's coming in towards the mound.
Max Miller is still getting a few final pitches in. And Evan Parker will kind of toe the rubber himself and have a few words with Chase Chapman. Chapman has shown he's capable of going 7 innings, but he still needs 3 outs to get to the end of this one, as there's no outs with runners on first and second in a 5-5 game where the pitching staff of the RedPocket Mobiles have been pretty shut down thus far.
96 pitches, and it is a very warm night. I think the temperature is still somewhere around 90 degrees.
Evan Parker will walk off the mound.
He didn't bring Chase Chapman back with him. Looks like he's going to stay with Chapman here.
Unless we're going to get a situation where they throw out one pitch and then Hank Dodson calls time and they're buying time for Max Miller, but it hasn't really been a situation where he needs time, and he's been warming up for over an inning now.
And Miller's just standing there as if he's ready to go.
Chase Chapman will continue to be the man on the mound. His first pitch to Gianni Horvat is hit right up the line. Chase Valentine handles it on one hop. He'll give it off to Cole Jordan, and they'll turn to Jordan to Gio Ferraro for a double play.
Well, and Chapman's been an expert at getting those ground balls, 2nd straight inning where he's gotten a 6-4-3 double play, and that's exactly what Evan Parker had in mind, and that's probably exactly why Chase Chapman stayed in the game, as he's been an expert at getting those ground balls, and he got a much-needed ground out. Now there's a runner at third with 2 outs, just what the doctor ordered for the Raptors.
It's only been 1 fly out by the RedPocket Mobiles today. Every single other out has either come via strikeout or ground out. We'll have our home plate umpire, James Ainsworth, go out and throw the ball to Chapman himself after the first pitch is at strike. But credit to Chase Chapman on that double play, too, because the ball came off of the bat hot. It actually bounced off of his chest, so he bobbled it for a second and still had the wherewithal to stay with the play and turn 2. he did a good job after we saw 2 errors that came from kind of rushed plays after mistakes. He kept within himself and managed to get the 6-4-3. The next pitch is a ball to Spence Kaufman. It's 1-1 now in this count. Kaufman is 1 for 2 on the night, and he's also walked. Next pitch misses too low, so we're 2-1 now. Spence Kaufman, the 2-hole hitter for the RedPocket Mobiles, was acquired from a team in the Frontier League in late May. He lines this one right off of the foot of Chase Chapman. It bounces back toward Hank Dodson, and the throw to first is still in time. That's not something you see every day. It went directly off the sole of Chase Chapman's right foot, and Hank Dodson just picked it up like we were playing pinball and got the out at first, also saving a run as it was Harold Torres coming in from third. So we stay tied after a great defensive play by Hank Dodson, and we'll head into the bottom of the 7th, knotted up at 5 on the Ogden Raptors broadcast network.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
With so many options available, you may find it difficult to distinguish between contractors and which one is the best qualified to handle your important project. We would like to make this decision easy for you by summarizing what sets us apart from our competitors. Kier Construction has an experienced staff, annual revenues exceeding $100 million, and Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in multi-unit and commercial construction. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in commercial construction. Hundreds of projects throughout the Intermountain West attest to Kier's wide range of expertise in design and build. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors broadcast network here at the Pepsi Field, Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. We're knotted up at 5 runs apiece as we're in the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's the co-captain Cole Jordan who's 1 for 3 on the night. First pitch swinging, that one it's not connected with. Jordan's last single came quite a while ago in the 1st inning, and he was the 2nd batter of that inning. So it's now been 6 innings since then. Trying to work that same kind of magic. Same pitch, same result, swing and a miss, and we're 0-2. Agnel Miranda is still in for the RedPocket Mobiles. His next pitch works up towards Cole Jordan's face for a ball. If Miranda finishes this inning, it would tie his longest outing in his last 4 games. The 1-2 pitch is bounced. Coming in on it is Spence Kaufman at second base, and he'll just nicely toss it over to first base. Justin Johnson for the first out of the inning.
Second time Cole Jordan has bounced out to second base. He's now 1 for 4 on the night.
It'll be Bradley Pell coming in now, who is 0 for 3 on the night. Very surprising as he's been hitting well recently. He was .455 in the last series. Had a hit last night. First pitch to him is a ball, and he's hit in 9 of his last 10 games.
A lot of ground balls on both sides. Haven't seen the ball in the air all that often here tonight.
It's not totally common for Lindquist Field. You often see a lot of long bombs. The 1-0 pitch misses too high, and it's 2-0. Bradley Pell, the Kenner, Louisiana native, has transplanted slightly to Ogden. He's spent his last 2 years here. The 2-0 pitch just catches the inside of the strike zone. Pell tried to sell it by moving his body back and raising his hands into the air, but James Ainsworth behind home plate didn't bite on the act. 2-1 pitch, 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th, tied up at 5. Next one misses too low, and we're 3-1. Bradley Pell has been involved in his fair share of heroics this past week, as in game 2, exactly a week ago, last Wednesday, he was the one who hit the walk-off single, and then yesterday he scored the walk-off run. This one is hit right back up the middle off the mound, and that'll go down as a base hit. That's Bradley Pell's first hit of this Wednesday night contest.
Didn't try to do too much. That was a pitch towards the outside corner, and he just kind of extended his arms and hit it right back up the middle. That's just what the Raptors need, are some base runners, and Carmine Lane to the plate, and Carmine a pretty strong RBI man. He had an RBI single in the first inning. He's currently 1 for 3 on the night.
Carmine, another one of those co-captains. This is his second time seeing Agnel Miranda, as he had a fly out to left field on the first pitch that Miranda threw in this game. He hits this one first pitch swinging, a grounder that is handled by the second baseman, and he'll make a spinning throw over to first base to get the out. Carmine Lane takes a hard tumble as he ran into Agnel Miranda. But it was a great defensive play as Spence Kaufman ran all the way into kind of shallow right field and then made a spinning throw over to Agnel Miranda. James Ainsworth will have a couple words with him, probably about just making contact with Carmine or something like that, but nonetheless, it'll be the second out of the inning.
That was one of those first baseman. Johnson couldn't get to it, so Kaufman had to race far towards his left after it. It had a nice hop, and good job by Miranda to cover first base. And that was a pretty nice play as Kaufman with a nice spin move and made an accurate throw.
The pitching coach, Ray King, will come out. You talked about it. He was a MLB pitcher. Both of the leaders of this team, in Dimitri Young and Ray King, played in the MLB, and that was acknowledged in the Chasing Baseball YouTube series, where all of their players just know that they have quite a lot of experience and they want to trust the guys who have been in the league. I mean, Ray King, when he was a pitcher, Barry Bonds was just 1 for 24 against him.
Ray King had some ownage there. The one that Barry Bonds did get was a walk-off home run into the bay behind the right field wall in San Francisco. But Ray King will take, that sort of percentage, and he had a strong career. I think Ray King and Dimitri Young knew each other as I think they were teammates with the Washington Nationals, 2006, 2007, somewhere in that range.
Agnel Miranda will continue his work in the game, and his first pitch to Kyler Stancato was a called strike. Bradley Pell is standing out on second as he was able to advance on the ground ball by Carmine Lane. The next pitch is chopped up the center. Coming in on it is Kaufman, and he'll double pump and now give it off to first base for the third out of the inning. So the Raptors leave one stranded, and we are still knotted up at 5. Spence Kaufman, the MVP of that inning. Great defense out at second base. And we head into the top of the 8th, all tied up on the Ogden Raptors broadcast network.
I had a couple of friends that have come here, and they said that the education from the instructors was just really great. It was kind of between Davis Tech and here, and I decided to pick here because of the instructors. I've always loved hair, nail, and skin and all of those things, so I just thought it was a perfect career opportunity to be able to make my own schedule and do what I love. I really love doing men's haircuts, so that's probably my favorite. That, and then just coloring's fun because you get to experiment and kind of create new things, which is always fun. It's fun because they're like our instructors and they teach us lots, but they've always become like our friends, and they're always like motivating us to do new things and challenging us and like really care about us individually and like what's going on in our lives at home, what's going on in our life at school, and they're just very compassionate towards us. I would say 100% do it, even if you're kind of on the edge, because you meet a lot of new friends, you make great relationships, and then it's just fun. You learn a lot of like life skills as well, which is great, but it's just overall a great program. I'm Callie Rasmussen, and I'm a cosmetology student here at OTEC.
From the humble beginnings of Lael Bowman and Mel Kemp, the company has grown into a large steel facility supplying structural steel, reinforcing steel, and basement window systems.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors broadcast network. Chase Chapman's night comes to an end after 7 innings, and it will be Max Miller, the right-handed pitcher, on the mound for the Ogden Raptors. This will be his first start as a Raptor.
Miller, 23 years old, 6'2", 210 pounds. Played with a couple different colleges. Last year, he played at Utah Tech. Also has some experience at Baylor University. He played with Baylor in 2022.
First pitch from him works up and inside on Hector Nieves, and Nieves has to just dive out of the way. At Utah Tech, he had a 6.0 ERA in 8 games. He didn't start any of them. He pitched 6 innings there, so not a lot of work. In the past 3 years, he's only pitched, at least on anything on record, he's only pitched 9 innings.
Looks like he played at 2 different colleges. He was or 2 different high schools. Was in a high school in San Diego, and then also appeared in a high school in Keller, Texas.
This next pitch is in there for a called swing and a miss strike, so it's now 1-2 on Hector Nieves. Miller, the right-hander, holds his glove up by his face. He kicks and deals. That one's a ball.
He was a business finance major at Utah Tech.
And I believe this is his professional debut. 2-2 pitch is a little bit too low. So now Caleb Bunch and Max Miller have both made professional debuts. As he played for the San Diego Bombers, but that's the California Collegiate League, made up of collegiate players. Full count as Miller tries to avoid a leadoff walk in his professional debut is a little bit too high, and that's a walk. So the last time that the Raptors gave up a leadoff walk was Gianni Horvat, and he did ultimately come around to score. He was part of that 3-run third inning. So far tonight, every time a leadoff walk has been given up, they have gone on to score. Max Miller will try to break that trend as he goes up against the dangerous Jordan Harrison Dudley, who has hit a hard-hit double and a home run this game.
Harrison Dudley has a homer in both games in this series. Doubled in the second inning. He scored 2 runs. Max Miller does come from a very athletic family. His father, David, was a former college baseball player, and his mother, Johanna, played college and professional tennis.
1-0 pitch is outside as well to make it 2-0. The Raptors pitching staff has moved around quite a lot. It's been the area of their roster that has seen the most movement and the most change, as I think would be commonplace for about any other Pioneer League team. 2-0 pitch from Miller. Misses outside as well, and it's 3-0.
Boy, Miller's in kind of a tough spot here. Tie game, top of the 8th inning. On a warm day here at Lindquist Field. And he's facing the heart of the RedPocket Mobile's order.
The 3-0 pitch, trying to avoid back-to-back walks, and that one's too low, and it's 2 leadoff walks as there's no action. Actually, Kyle Lewis is starting to warm up just slightly in the bullpen for the Ogden Raptors, and Hank Dodson, as well as Carmine Lane and Gio Ferraro, will all convene to have a quick chat. There is a force at any base besides home with runners on first and second now.
Raptors will be looking for a ground ball. Back-to-back innings. Chase Chapman was able to get a ground ball double play. 6-4-3 in the 6th inning, and then 6-4-3 off the bat of Gianni Horvat in the 7th inning. And that was followed up by the 1-2-3 out at first base. The ball that kicked off of Chapman, and then Dodson was able to make the throw to first.
Top of the 8th inning, and we've got a tie ball game if you want to chime in on HTN or anywhere, really. It's 385-240-1121. 385-240-1121. Give us a text, and we'll take a look at it. Max Miller with runners on first and second. First pitch in there for a called strike, 84 miles an hour. He's going up against Josiah Chavez, who is 1 for 3 on the night. He's now had an 8-game hit streak with that single back in the 6th. Next pitch misses outside for ball 1. Miller has a very short reach at the beginning of his pitching motion. His arm doesn't really make it back very far. It's a little bit more of a shot putty motion where he just kind of pushes the ball towards the plate. 1-1 pitch, nice movement, just misses a little bit too high as that one moved east-west very well.
Kind of short arms the ball a little bit. Scott Ellerton, former big leaguer, kind of did that. Used a lot of his shoulders.
2-1 now to Josiah Chavez, the 6'1", Santa Paula, California native, and the next pitch is in there for a called strike. It's now 2-2 as Max Miller looks for his big league or his professional strikeout in debut. 2-2 pitch misses way outside, and we're full. It's hard when you have someone like Chapman who has been dealing pretty well, but you're getting to a point where the players in the order would be seeing him for a third and fourth time. But it is sometimes a gamble when you reach into the bullpen, especially in the Pioneer League. The 3-2 pitch is hit foul. Might have a broken bat as that hit way up on the hands of Jordan Harrison Dudley. Or excuse me, of Josiah Chavez.
And Chavez is going to need a new piece of lumber. As Miller just sawed him off. Probably would have been ball 4, but had pretty good movement on it. And Chavez just couldn't hold up on it.
So Chavez tonight is 1 for 3, but last night he was 4 for 5. Had a great game. He had 2 doubles, a home run, scored twice himself, batted in 2 runs. Very productive night for the former Colorado Springs Sky Sox player.
Now Kyle Lewis is officially warming up in the bullpen as he's got the bullpen catcher crouched down, and looks like Lewis at some point will be in this game.
I think that if Miller loses this batter, it might be sooner rather than later. The payoff pitch, and it hits him. So the Ogden Raptors are hoping for Kyle Lewis to get ready fast, or for Max Miller to get a handle on this game as he has walked the bases loaded with no outs in the top of the 8th, with this game knotted at 5 runs apiece.
Well, Raptors are certainly in a pickle here. It looks like the middle infield's going to play in double play depth, so any ball hit up the middle, Raptors are probably going to try to turn 2. It looks like the corner infielders are playing deep as well.
The goal would obviously be to get the lead runner out at home if the ball is hit in play. First pitch is swung on by Justin Johnson and tipped foul.
Boy, kind of interesting seeing Johnson swing at the first pitch after 2 walks and a hit by pitch. A lot of guys would want you to take a strike, but Johnson aggressive at the plate.
Home runs in 7 straight games. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back once again, and so Max Miller in the best position he has been so far, with an 0-2 count to his name. Miller has red cleats that look very nice with the stitching along the sides of the white pants that the Raptors are rocking tonight. The 0-2 pitch from Miller is just outside for a ball. Didn't miss by much.
Raptors do have one challenge, and I think RedPocket also has one RedPocket mobile strike zone challenge. Dodson, though, decided not to use it, and probably good ideas. That one did miss outside.
So it's the 1-2 pitch from Miller now with bases loaded and no outs in the top of the 8th, and a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 on the night for Max Miller, and he's 1/3 of the way from working out of a jam.
It looks like the Raptors dugout wants him to keep that baseball. As he's rubbing it up, but it looks like the dugout, knowing that it's his first pro strikeout, they want the ball. They want him to keep that ball, but it looks like he's going to keep it in play. That ball's brought him some good luck.
So Max Miller just focusing on the job at hand, doesn't care about the first professional strikeout. He's got 1 out and goes up against Rayvon Morgan. First pitch to him is too high. He's largely made his way through the really lethal part of the order, although I guess made his way through without them scoring. He kind of just walked them. But Morgan on the night is 0 for 3. Righty versus lefty matchup. The next pitch is outside for ball 2. Justin Johnson is really the only batter in the RedPocket Mobiles lineup, as Max Miller will ultimately call time and give the ball away. So they finally collected his first strikeout ball. As Mackenzie Booth, the athletic trainer, will just take that and put it over in the side of the dugout for him to get later. But Justin Johnson was the only Mobiles batter that really kind of went at Miller and fouled off a couple early, although Rayvon Morgan does foul that one off, and he's had the least good result of anyone in that lineup, so maybe there's something to say about that.
Well, with Miller, it seems like his ball's got some good movement to it. Almost has natural movement. Almost like it's tough for him to keep it a strike just because the ball's moving everywhere.
2-1 pitch, misses a little bit too low, and the appeal to the third base umpire says that Morgan did not go around. So it's 3-1, and Miller has nowhere to put Morgan with the bases loaded that he walked loaded. Any run that comes in would give the Red Pocket Mobiles the lead, as we are tied up at 5 in the top of the 8th inning. Pitch is grounded. Coming in on it is Cole Jordan. He'll tag one runner and not get the second out at first, as Gio Ferraro's foot came off the bag, and he looks to be in pain.
Morgan must have stepped on Ferraro's foot. That's a close play. I'm not entirely sure that Ferraro, it looked like the umpire said they came off the bag. I'm not entirely sure about that. Certainly a close play, as Ferraro's in pain.
The athletic trainer and Evan Parker will come out to check on him. The unfortunate part about not getting that out, besides Gio Ferraro seeming to be injured, is that had they gotten that out, the runner coming across home plate would not have scored. But Ferraro is now just splayed out on the ground, getting checked out by Mackenzie Booth. The runner, Rayvon Morgan, just clipped Ferraro as he ran past first base. Ferraro's legs splayed out slightly as he tried to come off the bag because of Cole Jordan's throw.
Yeah, the first base umpire, he made that motion, he made the safe motion, then he kind of made that motion as if Ferraro came off the bag. And about that same time, Ferraro looked like he was in pain, as Morgan must have gotten a piece of him. But it looks like Ferraro's going to try to stay in the game. And in the midst of all that, Red Pocket took a 6-5 lead.
So, yes, it was Hector Nieves coming in to score as the fielder's choice was dealt with out in the field. So it is a 6-5 lead in favor of them.
One fan talking about the hustle of the athletic trainer, Mackenzie Booth, to get off the field in a hurry.
I think he might have been cheering for Rayvon, the guy who made it to first base.
He might have. I think that he was cheering for the hustle of Mackenzie.
I'll cheer for the hustle of Mackenzie. One of my favorite members of the team, quite honestly. First pitch from Max Miller going against Marco Martinez is a ball too high. So it's 2 outs now. Miller, honestly, if he could get out of this inning just allowing 1 after walking the bases loaded with no outs, that would be a win. Swing goes around, and it is a called strike as well. Marco Martinez reached on an error in the first inning. He struck out in the 4th, and then he singled but got stranded in the 7th. Next pitch is swung on and missed by Miller. That ball cut out of the strike zone away from Miller. That same pitch that Agnel Miranda has been working with all night long.
Looked like a slider from Miller. At least it was kind of a slider speed at 83 miles an hour. And that looks like it'd be a dangerous pitch.
So it's now 1-2 against Marco Martinez. And the runner goes to second, but that one paints the inside of the strike zone for called strike 3, but we do have a Red Pocket Mobile challenge, and Max Miller might have to back it up, as I think that one's going to be overturned. And ultimately, the Red Pocket Mobile strike zone challenge is overturned to a ball, so instead of a strikeout to end the inning, it's a 2-2 count, and man, oh man, if this at-bat does not go the Raptors' way, that challenge is going to be huge for Marco Martinez. 2-2, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. The Mobiles lead it 6-5. Max Miller, the pitch. And that one, he basically tried to put it in the exact same spot as the last one. James Ainsworth says it's a ball, and it's a full count. The runner did steal second, Rayvon Morgan. So now it's a runner on third and second. Josiah Chavez on third, Morgan on second. The payoff pitch from Miller. And that one misses too low. So instead of a strikeout to end the inning, the challenge by Marco Martinez keeps his at-bat alive. And it's now the 4th free pass of the inning by Max Miller.
Boy, Martinez, it looked like he was just taking all the way. It was one of those, it looked like the after that successful challenge, the next 2 pitches were pretty close to the inside corner. Both of them did miss. And for Martinez, I don't even know how you take those pitches as close as they were. But it looks like Evan Parker's coming out, and that will be it for Max Miller, as Kyle Lewis will be the new Raptors hurler.
Kyle Lewis will come in to pitch. He has been a pretty reliable closer for them besides the Game 6 against the Great Falls Voyagers. But for the year right now, he's a 6.91 ERA. This is his 15th appearance, which is the second most of anyone on the team. He's pitched 15 and a third innings, given up 20 hits, 18 runs, 11 of them earned. He's walked 11 batters and struck out 13. Opponents bat about .313 against him, but he's coming in a big moment here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. His team already trailing by 1. Trying to make it a deficit that is a little bit easier to handle than what the bases loaded situations threatens to be.
Well, Lewis on Sunday, he pitched 2 innings, and it was one of those where it looked like he threw pretty well. In fact, he had a pretty nice 8th inning. It looked like he was going to get the save in the 9th inning, and he gave up 7 runs, but only one of them was earned, because there was an error by Carmine Lane early in that 9th inning. Then he gave up the back-to-back home runs to Kyle Schmack and Tommy Specht, and so Kyle Lewis is looking for a little bit of a bounce-back effort. He made 41 pitches on Sunday, and he is in a tough situation here, already down 6-5 with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He is a guy that will throw strikes, and he's going to need to get a big out here, as Harold Torres is the going to be the scheduled hitter for RedPocket.
Game 6 against the Voyagers was a bit of an anomaly for Kyle Lewis, as if you look at how he played in games 1, 2, and 5, across 17 innings pitched, he only gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. So as a whole, he's been pretty reliable. And obviously, the Raptors keep leaning on him here in his 15th appearance. He also goes up against the worst bat in the lineup in Harold Torres. He worked a walk his last time up, but has not had a hit so far today, and he bats at below 100 on the year, .091 batting average. First pitch to him is a called strike.
I would be a little curious as to why they didn't go with a pinch hitter, especially since, Torres can come back in the next half inning and catch with a re-entry rule.
Could be that Dimitri Young just has a little bit more faith than the numbers say. The 0-1 pitch misses barely up high.
Torres did work a walk in the 7th inning, and he might have a patient approach here.
Kyle Lewis doesn't have anywhere to put him, as he has walked 11 batters this year. 1-1 pitch is a called strike 2. Kyle Lewis to strike away from really getting the Raptors out of a jam.
With an inning with 3 walks and a hit by pitch, you'd love to just give up the 1 run and let the Raptors bats go to work. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, it will be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Lawrence, Greco, and Ferraro.
1-2 pitch is barely fouled away for Torres to stay alive. Chase Chapman put together 7 great innings of work on the mound. It's his 2nd straight 7-inning effort, and then coming in after him was Max Miller. He gave up a run in this inning, walked the bases loaded, and it is Kyle Lewis coming in to try to end out this 8th inning. A 1-2 pitch once again. That one's way outside. Hank Dotson has to go down on his hands and knees to collect that one. He saved a run by making that catch.
And statistically, Miller is still responsible for the runners on base. So if any of them score, it will be on Miller's record.
2-2 now. Kyle Lewis with red arm sleeves that complement the piping on the sides of the jersey. The 2-2 fouled back into the netting. A couple of Raptors fans flinched behind the RedPocket Mobiles dugout. So the Mobiles in a 1-run game right now, 6-5. They are 1 for 10 in 1-run games so far this year. Harold Torres with a 2-2 count. 2 outs in the top of this 8th. The pitch is flied into foul territory, and it's going to sail out of play onto the netting over O-Town. I think that might have scared a fan along the walkway. She thinks spilled her Pepsi drink just now.
Why? Hopefully they're okay, though. But the unfortunate thing is the spilled Pepsi.
Good news about Linquist Field, you can get another one. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Once again to Harold Torres, trying to keep this inning alive, give his team a lead of more than one. The pitch is tapped foul. Once again, what a battle by Harold Torres right now, and this could be why they didn't pitch hit for him. They had the trust in his ability to put an at-bat together.
Boy, Lewis finding the strike zone with one off-speed pitch after another. That last one was at 82 miles an hour, and Torres is putting together a pretty good battle.
Torres in the position to just get his second hit of the year, and man, would it be a big one. The 2-2 pitch just barely misses outside, and we're full.
Boy, smoke him if you got him here at Linquist Field. 6-5 game. Torres has put together a pretty good battle, and Lewis has got to throw a strike.
Considering Torres has only one hit on the year, it's okay to put it in the strike zone to him. The 3-2 pitch is hit into center field. Colson Lawrence retreats just shy of the warning track, and he'll make the out catch for out number 3. Kyle Lewis is fist pumping as he comes off the mound. And the Raptors really mitigate the damage as they only allow 1 run after an inning where they walked 3 and gave up 1 hit by pitch. But they trail it 6-5 entering into the bottom of the 8th inning on the Ogden Raptors broadcast network.
Whatever you do, don't drop the ball at the Raptors Stadium. And we don't want to let you drop the ball for your insurance. We want to make sure that you have the proper coverage and the best price. Here at the Insurance Center, we're going to take care of you. We've had a great relationship with the Raptors, and we want to have a great relationship with you. Your auto, your home, your life, your health, your business. We have experts that are there to take care of you. We've been doing this for a long time. We are your trusted choice insurance agency here locally. We are the only best practice insurance agency north of Salt Lake. Realize that we're going to take the best care of you. Give us a call, 801-622-2626. Look us up online, www.insurancecenterut.com. We're here to take care of you and hit the ball out of the park.
From providing a great member experience to providing easy access to your accounts with our mobile app, we are here to help you along your journey. Call 801-399-9728 for more information or visit ascentcu.com.
From the humble beginnings of Lael Bowman and Mel Kemp, the company has grown into a large steel facility supplying structural steel, reinforcing steel, and basement window systems.
Hey, gang, you're watching Ogden Raptors professional baseball right here on the Raptors Baseball Network. Ciao, baby.
Welcome in to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the RedPocket Mobiles leading 6-5. Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting bringing you this ball game. First pitch from Wyatt Adams, who has come in to pitch, works up and inside on Colson Lawrence. Wyatt Adams' last appearance did not go the way he wanted. He was the last pitcher to come in the 9th inning yesterday, and he threw the wild pitch that ultimately scored Bradley Pell to end the game. Colson Lawrence swings on the 1-0 pitch. That's up in the air, tailing into right field, and that'll go down as a base hit. Leadoff base runner is on. Colson Lawrence has been the leadoff base runner in 3 innings tonight.
And Lawrence has stayed red hot. That's his 4th hit tonight, his 3rd single, and he's exactly who the Raptors wanted to have up there to get things rolling in the bottom of the 8th, as he's been a very hot bat.
A perfect 4 for 4 on the game thus far as Colson Lawrence. Sebastian Greco on the other side of that spectrum is 0 for 3.
So you could say Lawrence has 4 of the 10 hits for the Raptors tonight.
But Greco hits this one hard. It's into deep right field, and it's gone! Sebastian Greco had not a hit on the night, and in the bottom of the 8th inning, he hits a 2-run bomb that gives the Raptors a 1-run lead.
You know, on any ball hits a Raptors ridge, you'll wonder if it's going to hit that top of the wall, and that one hung in the air for a good long while as the center fielder and right fielder for RedPocket was looking at it, and it just somehow crept over the wall And that's a huge hit for Sebastian Greco. It's only his first hit, and he certainly has had a tough time at the plate as of late. But that is a big hit to give the Raptors a 7-6 lead.
And still no outs in the bottom of this 8th inning. The Raptors bounced back very well, and that puts even more importance on the way that Max Miller did manage to handle himself and the way Kyle Lewis came in, because they only give up 1 run in an inning that was really going sideways for them, and then a 2-run home run just a few minutes later gives them the lead. First pitch to Gio Ferraro is a ball, the next one is a strike, and then the next one works on him for another ball.
So Raptors have homered 3 times tonight. Lawrence homered in the 4th inning, Greco just now in the 8th, and Ferraro, who's at the plate right now, homered in the 4th.
The 6, 7, and 8 hitters have been the power bats so far, and Gio Ferraro is now a 2-2 count against him. He entered into today batting .395. That's the second best batting average of anyone with substantial at-bats, and he barely fouls off the 2-2 pitch off the end of his bat to stay alive. Good to see Ferraro still in the game, as obviously he was the one who got checked out in the last inning as he had a collision on first base with Raven Morgan.
Looks like a right-hander loosening up for Ogden.
And a swing on a miss is a strikeout for Wyatt Adams, the first of the game for him. First out of the bottom of this 8th.
Kane Knipe looks like he's warming up for Ogden as Kyle Lewis is actually walking towards the bullpen, and he's giving high fives to everybody in the Ogden bullpen.
Doesn't have his glove on his hand. That's not an indication of an end of his night, as it could just be in the dugout, but might not see Kyle Lewis again. We shall see. Wyatt Adams with his classic squat, glove at his chest. He'll now come into the stretch. The first pitch to Hank Dodson is fouled back into the netting. Dodson hit the sac fly that tied up this ball game in the bottom of the 6th. It ultimately scored Colson Lawrence from third, but besides that, he is 1 for 1 on the night. Next pitch to him misses for a ball. So the Raptors flip the script in the bottom of the 8th. They came in trailing by 1. One swing of the bat puts them up by 1 as the next pitch to Hank Dodson gets past Harold Torres for a ball.
A quiet crowd here tonight. Remember to make some plans to come on out here tomorrow night and see the last of this 3-game series.
The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed by Hank Dodson to make the count 2-2. He'll take a second, call time, and collect himself. Hank Dodson on the season with just 18 hits. For reference, the leader on the team is Chase Valentine with 44. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts by Wyatt Adams, and he's bounced back nicely after giving up the 2-run homer.
Well, it's easy to get flustered after giving up that 2-run home run, especially since that gave the Raptors a 7-6 lead. And he did a good job bouncing back, getting back-to-back strikeouts. Adams does have a pretty good fastball. It seems like he's had a little bit of an issue with his control in this series, but that fastball is at 91 miles an hour. It seems like he can get it up to as high as 93, maybe 94 miles an hour.
Back to the top of the batting order with Chase Valentine. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Chase is surprisingly had a pretty quiet night. He's just 1 for 4, and his 1 was just a single. The doubles machine, not often what you'll see out of him. Fouls this one back.
Quite a few kids chanting, "Let's go Raptors." RedPocket will have the top of the order due up in the top of the 9th. Horvat, Kaufman, and Nieves.
The 1-1 count is swung on and missed. The Raptors are just on a 1-game win streak. It's not really a streak if it's just 1, as they dropped the final 2 games of their Voyager series. But they have won 12 of their last 14. Looking to make it 13 of 15. The 1-2 pitch to Valentine is fouled back. The RedPocket Mobiles came into this game having picked up came into this series having picked up their first series win of the year, but Last second loss yesterday, trying to avoid another 1-run loss tonight. The 1-2 is fouled back once again. Chase Valentine continues to battle and put together, in the words of Evan Parker, a professional at bat as he claps along the third base line. The 1-2 pitch once again, and that one catches the top side of the zone for called strike 3. We will get a Red Pocket Mobile challenge from Chase Valentine, and I believe it's going to go his way.
It's overturned to a ball. We did see an instance in last night's game where Raptors won a challenge and ended up scoring a run after it. And that was a case where if the challenge wasn't made or wasn't successful, then Ogden would have been scoreless. In a one-run game, it turned out to make the difference.
2-2 count is outside, and now we're full. So Chase Valentine has really continued to battle, and this one falls behind 1-2. A challenge and one more pitch later, and we're now full. Wyatt Adams has not given up a walk yet tonight. The 3-2 pitch is outside. That's walk number 1.
Good at bat by Chase Valentine, and that's one where Evan Parker, the hitting coach, is certainly going to take note of that, as that is a professional at bat, and that's one where, it just looks like a walk in the box score and in the score sheet, but Evan Parker knows that was a great at bat by Valentine.
If you're watching on HTN, you can see Ed Campanello on your screen right there. He's the hitting coach of the league-leading offense. A lot to be proud of if you're a Campy. The runner will go on the first pitch. The throw down will barely get caught, and actually it'll go onto the ground. Short baseman Gianni Horvat had to really, really run to his left to even handle that ball and make sure it didn't go into the outfield.
Looked like Kaufman, looked like the tag all in one motion, tried to find a way to get the leg of Valentine, but Valentine was able to get in there with a stolen base. Both teams have been very aggressive on the base pass tonight.
1-0 count going against Cole Jordan. He's 1 for 4 on the night, and that next pitch misses way outside. It's now 2-0. Jordan singled back in the first, but has grounded out the last 3 times since then. 2 of them have gone to his second base counterpart. The 1-1 is pulled up the third base line.
And 2 people without gloves standing on the field did a good job of holding back, as that one was hit pretty hard by Jordan.
You don't want to take an 87-mile-an-hour ball off the bat to a bare hand.
That would turn into a bruise, if not a broken bone.
1-2 now to Cole Jordan. The Raptors have taken a 1-run lead, trying to make it bigger. He pokes this one foul to stay alive. In the top of this 8th, the Red Pocket Mobiles scored their first run since the 3rd inning. They had been held scoreless for 4 innings. The Raptors have spread their runs kind of across the game. They've scored 2 in this inning, put them up by 1. The runner goes. This one is popped up by Cole Jordan. Coming in on it is Gianni Horvat from short, and he will make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Red Pocket Mobiles enter into the top of the 9th in a similar position as yesterday, trailing by 1. It's 7-6 in favor of the Raptors. We'll be back for the top of the 9th on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Whatever you do, don't drop the ball at the Raptors Stadium. And we don't want to let you drop the ball for your insurance. We want to make sure that you have the proper coverage and the best price. Here at the Insurance Center, we're going to take care of you. We've had a great relationship with the Raptors, and we want to have a great relationship with you. Your auto, your home, your life, your health, your business. We have experts that are there to take care of you. We've been doing this for a long time. We are your trusted choice insurance agency here locally. We are the only best practice insurance agency north of Salt Lake. Realize that we're going to take the best care of you. Give us a call, 801-622-2626. Look us up online, www.insurancecenterut.com. We're here to take care of you and hit the ball out of the park.
Welcome back here on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. The RedPocket Mobile's last chance to tie this thing up and extend the game. First pitch from Caden Knipe is a ball. Knipe has come in to pitch, so it'll be Kyle Lewis just facing one batter. And it's now Knipe's game.
One defensive change. Tyler Gannis has come in to play first base, replacing Gio Ferraro.
So it could be that maybe Ferraro was a little bit shaken up on that last play. Tyler Gannis has been a bat that has been decent as well, so it's not like putting him into the lineup is taking away a super hot bat. It's 2-0 from Knipe to Gianni Horvat. And that one misses outside as well. 3 straight balls from Knipe. That one bounced off of the backstop all the way back into play.
Just kind of yanked that one, as Bob Uecker once said, just a bit outside.
And Knipe, though, despite the 3 straight balls, has the best ERA on the team at 4.05. This is his 14th appearance. And he has 2 saves on the year. But it's a 4-pitch walk to start out his outing. And you know what they say about leadoff walks.
Well, the Raptors are hoping this is the exception to the rule. Leadoff walks normally score, but the Raptors are hoping for a double play ball here.
Chase Valentine and co. have already turned 2 double plays tonight. Spence Kaufman is 1 for 3 on his night. First pitch to him is a called strike. That's Caden Knipe's first strike of his outing.
So for Kaufman, he might have been taking all the way.
It's kind of what you alluded to that Justin Johnson, you expected him to do, but didn't against Max Miller. The runner goes. This one is hit into right field, and a jumping catch is made by Bradley Pell. The throw back to first is made in time for a double play. A poorly executed hit and run meant that the lead runner, Gianni Horvat, was all the way at second when Bradley Pell made the catch, and he just lasered a throw back into Tyler Gannis for the second out.
Boy, Dimitri Young called for the hit and run, and that was just a line drive that went right to Pell. It's one of those where Horvat saw the ball in the air but didn't retreat to first. He was at second base when Pell made the catch, and then Pell with a pretty good throw to Gannis for the second out.
This one is grounded. Chase Valentine makes the play on the run, gives it off to Tyler Gannis, and that's the ball game. Kyle Lewis is the first to come out of the dugout all fired up. And it's a great defensive showing by the Ogden Raptors to put up a 7-6 victory. They have now won 13 of their last 15.
Boy, Raptors definitely needed that victory, and it was done on the mound. Great job by Chase Chapman, and Kyle Lewis did a good job limiting the damage in the 8th inning, and then Caden Knipe got that double play ball when they needed it to the most, but it was kind of an unconventional double play ball. It wasn't a ground ball. It was a line drive to the right fielder, Bradley Pell. Dimitri Young called for a hit and run, and it looked like it was going to be executed well, but the base runner, Horvat, he was at second base when Pell made the catch, and Pell with a good throw to Gannis. And the Raptors get the ground ball when they needed it to clinch the victory. And so what a victory for Ogden as they get back on track after losing on Sunday. And, after losing the last 2 games in the Great Falls Series to win 2 in a row, 2 one-run games against the RedPocket Mobiles. And the Raptors will be looking for the 3-game sweep tomorrow night. Make sure to make some plans to come out to Lindquist Field. It'll be the last of a 9-game homestand. Raptors right now are 5-3 through 8 games of this homestand.
And unfortunately for the RedPocket Mobiles, that puts them at 1-11 in one-run games. Another instance, this time at least it didn't come to bite them, that it didn't affect them not having the final say. But really impressive by the Ogden Raptors, who at one point in this game trailed by 4. It was 5-1 in favor of the Mobiles after the 3rd inning. But we'll do a bunch more recapping, talking, chatting, naming our flamethrower of the game and our golden bat of the game. That'll be after this quick break. We'll be back for the post-game show on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Here are those fries for you. Can I get you any fry sauce?
We would love some fry sauce.
We can help with that.
Delicious.
It's the spot.
Nothing like Utah fry sauce.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network post-game show with Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting as the Ogden Raptors take a 7-6 victory over the RedPocket Mobiles. Ogden moves to 15-11 on the year. RedPocket falls to 5-21. A great game, and once again, RedPocket just showing that they are a better team than their record is implying.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job on the mound, and they've got a lot of power at the plate, and they were certainly aggressive on the base paths. What is it, 5 stolen bases for RedPocket tonight, and they got a pretty decent effort from Cade Walker, the starting pitcher for RedPocket. I thought it was a pretty well-pitched game, clear across the board. We're used to seeing double-digit runs on both sides here at Lindquist Field, and it was a pretty well-pitched game. I mean, to have a 7-6 final in this day and age and this ballpark, which seems to be the ultimate hitter's park, hats off to the pitchers of both teams for a job well done.
Speaking of pitchers, our flamethrower of the game has to be Chase Chapman. He goes 7 innings for his second outing in a row. Allows 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 of them earned, gives up just 3 walks on 7 strikeouts. He did give up a home run, but you also have to think about, obviously, just 4 of the runs were earned, and there was a couple of errors as well to go along with all of that, 2 errors that really impacted the game early and is ultimately what led to the 5-1 lead early for the RedPocket Mobiles. So Chase Chapman, our flamethrower of the game. Would you agree with that, Tyson?
I agree. Chapman did an outstanding job, and it's a second straight solid outing for him. Max Miller came in, had a tough time getting the ball over the plate. Kyle Lewis came in and had a 10-pitch at-bat against Harold Torres. Torres eventually flew out to the center fielder, Colson Lawrence, and then Caden Knipe with a perfect ninth inning, although he did walk the leadoff hitter, and then obviously the double play ball, and then got the ground ball off the bat of Nieves to close things out. So
Bradley Pell has to be given some flowers throughout all of this as well, as he's the one who lasered in the throw from right field to complete the second half of that double play in the 9th inning, which was huge for the Ogden Raptors.
He knew that if he made a good throw, he was going to get him out, and had to make a good throw, and was able to get it to Tyler Gannis, who replaced Gio Ferraro. We certainly hope that Ferraro is okay, as it looked like he got stepped in the foot in the 8th inning, but hopefully he's all right. But just a job well done by the pitching staff, and Bradley Pell. When they needed the big throw from right field, he was able to make it.
Our golden bat of the night, there wasn't really one player that hopped off the page. There's just one player on the Ogden Raptors who had more than 1 RBI, and that's Sebastian Greco. He was just 1 for 4 on the night, but the 2-run home run that he hit in the bottom of the 8th inning is ultimately the go-ahead run that sealed the deal for the Ogden Raptors. So he's going to be my golden bat of the night, just showing up when he needed to do the most, especially being a DH. That's really just your main job, being that reliable bat, and he did a great job with it.
The 2-run homer was the play of the game, and that was the difference in the game. Colson Lawrence had 4 hits. He reached base in all 4 at-bats. He had 3 singles and a home run, which came in the 4th inning, and the reason why the Raptors won by 1 is the leadoff single by Lawrence. And so when Greco came to the plate, he had somebody on base, and Greco represented the leading run, and he hit it over the wall for a home run. If I remember right, it was over Raptors Ridge, and that was the difference in the game. Lawrence with the 4 hits, Greco with the home run. Gio Ferraro also had a home run, but this was more of a pitcher's type of game on both sides. But it was interesting that it was the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Raptors lineup that did a lot of the damage.
Notably tonight, Justin Johnson's 7-game streak of home runs does come to an end, but Josiah Chavez's 7-game hit streak increases to 8. So there's still been some strong bats for the RedPocket Mobile is just a low-hitting game as a whole for them. They only had 5 hits and 6 RBIs. They left 6 batters on base compared to 7 for the Ogden Raptors. But the Raptors are the ones who walk away with a victory here. Really quickly to close out, we'll look around the league. The Long Beach Coast taking 18-5 victory over the Oakland Ballers. So they bounced back nicely as they had a 2-game losing streak going into that one. The Boise Hawks are leading the Chuckers 7-2. The Chuckers took a win over the Boise Hawks last night. The Glacier Range Riders are trailing the Great Falls Voyagers 7-5. The Missoula Paddleheads lead the Billing Mustangs, who currently lead the league, but it is Missoula with an 11-8 lead in the top of the 7th. And the Modesto Roadsters have a 2-run lead over the Yuba Sutter Freebirds in the top of the 4th. The Ogden Raptors and the RedPocket Mobiles will be back underway tomorrow night here at Lindquist Field. You can grab your Pepsi and your Lucky Slice pizza if you choose to come out and hang out on a thirsty Thursday for Game 3. And it will be the Ogden Raptors trying to complete the sweep of the series. Before we go, a lot of thank yous are in order as always. The technical director tonight was Alan Hill. Myself, Arden Locke, was on play-by-play alongside Tyson Whiting on color. Our field cam was Will Edwards. Our action camera was Joshua Ijeka. And our graphics man was Andrew Gaunt. Our media manager is Haven Aurelia Miller. Our photographer was Tylee Allen. And our videographer was Will Edwards. And as always, our executive producer, the man who makes this whole thing happen, is Tim Broussard. Thank you so much for spending your Wednesday night with us, and we hope you join us again tomorrow night, 6:30 at Lindquist Field for Game 3 of the matchup between the Ogden Raptors and the RedPocket Mobiles. Have a great night.